I don't worry about no problems, there's no problem worrying me. I don't need no ticket on my windows, everywhere to see. I keep moving, always keep these people in your sight. I keep moving, you never know who's wrong or who's right. I don't worry about no problems, there's no problem worrying me. I don't need no ticket on my windows, everywhere to see. I keep moving, always keep your eyes on the prize. I keep moving, you never know who's truly on your side. I'm a rich, old dead white boys, you know the dead ones get stacked up. When you walk into a strip club, tossing up while hoes act up. Niggas look strange, I know a strange back. You got a problem, you don't really want that. That alcohol got you thinking, you walk in, don't make me disprove that. Now I'm trying to let you make it, my nigga, just let it be. But that devil off of me, so you gon' come fuck with me. Now I can make it home and you might not let there be new scripture. If you cross the line, I can guarantee that I'll let that be hit you. I don't worry about no problems, there's no problem worrying me. I don't need no tint up on my windows, everywhere to see. I keep moving, always keep these people in your sight. I keep moving, you never know who's wrong or who's right. I don't worry about no problems, there's no problems worrying me. I don't need no tint up on my windows, everywhere to see. I keep moving, always keep your eyes on the prize. I keep moving, you never know who's truly on your side.
I keep on moving like soul to soul, penetrate your mind, let your conscience flow like water from the aquifer to the wind in your ocular and see your tendencies. For the Hennessy, take a sip. Lyrical clip full of hollow tip. Grab the mic with a firm grip when I spit. Have brothers ducking mental shit.
Niggas killing me with this mother shit that you hear. Inability to stick with clarity, it's so unclear.
But I'ma need you to step your game up, cause if not, you a trump, that's a lame duck. I'ma call you superhead cause your game sucks. Keep it moving in your name truck. Run.
Worry about no problems, there's no problem worrying me. I don't need no tears up on my windows, everywhere to see. I keep moving, always keep these people in your sight. I keep moving, you never know who's wrong or who's right. I don't worry about no problems, there's no problems worrying me. I don't need no tears up on my windows, everywhere to see. I keep moving, always keep your eyes on the prize. I keep moving, you never know who's truly on your side.
Niggas killing me with this mother shit that you hear. Inability to stick with clarity, it's so unclear.
I said niggas be talking crazy, hold up, don't make them wait. I don't chase after hoes, I rather maintain, okay, let's get that straight. Nah, back to the grill when the niggas got beat, yes man, gon' bring your stage. By the time you realize we got a problem, then it's too late. I don't worry about no problems, there's no problem worrying me. I don't need no tint up on my. Welcome to another episode of MZ Talks Boxing, aka Musically Zone Talks Boxing. Excuse me. Weather been changing so much here in Texas. I can't tell if I want to be sick or healthy. Nose clogged up one day, can't breathe. Next day I can breathe like Bambi. But it is what it is. So, as I was saying, welcome to another episode. This episode comes to you by way of HWX Handcrafted Candles. Their motto is relax, relax and enjoy. That's right, relax and enjoy. We also come to you by way of the Block Fam, which was created on Marlowe's Corner. So I got to say what's up to the Block Fam. And always, as always, the music and the songs that you hear on this program are given to us by the Track Titans, who provides us with our intro music, outro music, any other music pretty much that we play on this show. So with that being said, good evening and how's everybody doing? This weekend of boxing, dubbed the last crescendo, I think it was pretty good. I think we got some pretty good fights out of it. Considering what we had to go through in order to get the fights, you know, some of the combatants getting sick, didn't make it to the fight. Started off with Floyd Schofield getting sick. And believe me, people did not believe he was sick. Here on this channel, we kind of poked at him and, you know, prodded at him a little bit, made fun of him. But the fact remains that he wasn't able to fight. Whatever the reason was, his reasoning was his sickness. But then we look up, less than 24 hours, I would say, Daniel Dynamite Dubois ends up pulling out of his fight with Joseph Parker, which was supposed to be for the the IBF, I believe, or the IBO. I'm not sure which one of those belts they were supposed to be fighting for. But anyway, the boy got sick. Schofield got sick. But at the last moment, the last minute, y'all give me a second. The fight was came in as a rescue save by Martin Piccoli and John Padley. Y'all give me one hot second as we marinate some things and make sure everything is set tight. While I go and roll and see what one of the baby ducklings are calling me about, y'all ride out with Legit Born. I'll be right back.
I tell them you can't get like me, yo man, ain't shit like me. Pack strong, hit like me, bro, can't sit by me. Gang, gang, beside me, we ride till we D.I.E. Bang, bang, don't try me, that fire always be by me. You can't get like me, yo man, ain't shit like me. Pack strong, hit like me, bro, can't sit by me. Gang, gang, beside me, we ride till we D.I.E. I'm gassed up, ignite me, my cash up, too lit, I be up. I'm a type of nigga that says shit straight. I never did hate, that's a bitch nigga trait. By any means, baby, I'ma get to the cake. I been a real nigga, so it ain't for debate. Beefing with me, get you hit with a stake. She left you for me, saying you the mistake. I can't be replaced. No. Saving what hoes? Do you see me with a cape? I hustle from sun up to sundown. If a hater run up, he get walked down. We be up in that stick on who talk down. Reaching for my shit, 5-5. I be putting in work, I don't clock out. Talking dirty, you niggas get mouthed out. Shout it like how I kick it like Kung Lao. Cause these niggas be chicken, compound. I ain't wanna do it, but have to. I'm the shit like I live in the bathroom. Pull up, eat it, and dip. She fast.
We back. No need for us to hold it out for that long of a time. As I was saying, we had a couple of fights that were in jeopardy. A lot of people were thinking were in jeopardy and were not going to happen. Shakur Stevenson. You know, when Floyd Schofield pulled out, people were like, oh man, what is Shakur going to do? Who is he going to fight? Who do they have on deck right now that they can pull that would satisfy the boxing, the people that's going to critique and complain? Who could they get to satisfy the crowd for Shakur Stevenson? Now, people making fun, talking about, oh, he was an electrician, Padley was an electrician and all that. Well, when you think about it, every fighter that puts on a pair of gloves, unless they started as a kid and never had a job other than that, they usually are something else until things start rolling for them. Now, you want to make fun of Padley, but if he hadn't went out there and caused any kind of upset or any big riffs, it would have been a double-edged sword. It would have been how Shakur was weak and he wasn't ready, or some nonsense like that. You know how people start rumors and then try to get things going in scenarios and theories that they try to push out and give you a bad idea on the fighter or what it was he had to do or the people that's involved with it. Padley came, undefeated guy, the best they could find at the moment, because when you sit down and you ask people, well, who would you have preferred? Who would you reached out? Who would you have reached out to get to come face Shakur Stevenson on such a short notice? You know, because people seem to forget that when a fight comes up, if a fighter isn't privy to being on the card, I'm sure they're not just, some of them wouldn't be just sitting around just getting ready, wishing that I could get on this card. So with Padley stepping up like he did, Padley stepped up like he did and was game. He was game in the fight. We'll dive into that a little bit more. I feel like Padley helped save the night. Martin Piccoli, another one. Piccoli got a fight coming up in a couple of months. He was probably sitting at the crib chilling and got this last minute call to come help save the show right before his own training camp started for him to get ready to face Efe Ajagba. These two men, even though they popped up like they did to try to help save the night, you know, there are things that set up for them too. And I take my hat off to Bacoli from jumping up, getting over there, and stepping in the ring with Parker. He if I'm thinking correctly, he hurt Parker in the fight. You know, Bacoli still got some pretty fast hands. And I don't want people to look at that fight and say, oh, Bacoli don't have it or he's sorry or anything like that because y'all got a sample size taste of him. Because, like I said, these guys have just gotten off the couch. Now, I don't know how most people would mark that, but you know, you got to give one promoters and the people in charge, you got to give them some credit for being able to get somebody in there and help dance around and save the night. I felt like it was a great night of fights. Things went smoothly. It's not as smoothly as one might have hoped for or wanted, but you got a good fight card, a great fight card, pretty outstanding fight card. None of the fights were disappointing, even though the fights, two of the fights had replacement fighters in them. They still end up, in my opinion, being satisfying and doing what you expected them to do, and that was to go out there and perform at a high level. If you didn't see that, then I don't know what you was watching. I don't know what you was watching. Big Bang Zane, you know, he dropped Engine Cabiel. You know what I'm saying? He dropped it. Dropped that man. I know people was like, oh no, Big Bang Zane is, you know, he had that swag about himself. He came out to the ring, you know, he got his own song, bang on you, something like that. But the dude is talking about Big Bang. That's who we talking about. Big Bang and Izzy Cabiel. They put on a good fight. I'm gonna roll on into that as well because, like I said, you had a couple of fights that fell through, but you know, seeing that boxing is what it is nowadays, you had some people that came in to try to save it. Oh, I got my brother Eric Arter slid into the building. My brother Trey X, salute. Give me a minute. Oh, you know, that goes without saying. The door is always open. My brother Eric Arter, what's going on, man? I hope I'm catching y'all at a good time. Everybody's safe and things is going smooth and everything like that. Anyway, I'm just giving the intro. As I was saying, Big Bang and Idjit. I hope I'm not messing his name. Cabiel. Big Bang and Cabiel went out there and gave us a nice little something to put on the plate. Had you saying, oh, that was nice and satisfying. We're gonna speak on that because that turned out to be a nice fight. A nice fight. Like I said, Big Bang went out there with his theme song. He dropped old Cabiel. But yeah, we're gonna get into it when I get some of my expert opinions to get to rolling in here. Oh, that's good. That's nice and cold. I got me a nice cold drink. It just feels so good. So good going down. Like I said, the fight night was great considering all that took place. I did speak on oh my gosh, come on, Tori, remember this man's name. Vergil Ortiz and Israel Madrimov. I was saying, what we got here? Say, salute OG, the fights were all right. I dozed off before the Ortiz Madrimov fight. That's one I needed to check out. Well, Gil Cole, I'm sorry that you got a little sleepy. It hits us all sometime like that. You fighting, struggling, trying to stay up. Next thing you know, you just fell asleep on the fight. You wake up, you in the daze, you looking around, the fight's over, you don't know what's going on. Who won? You don't know who to call because everybody probably sleep. I know I was surprised that the fights was taking place so early. I'm at work losing it, Gil. I'm telling you, I'm at the job losing it, bro. Because I'm seeing messages of people saying the fights is on. I'm like, can't you see the fights? But, I ain't tripping. It is what it is. It is what it is. Good fight, Ortiz. Bringing up Ortiz, I was just getting ready to speak on them. I think, I had spoke that this would be a chance for Ortiz to prove if he's really on that level. Is he up on that level where he's ready to make noise like that? Is he Will he be able to get past Madrimov? From what I got a chance to see of the fight, Madrimov fought. I heard that he burned up a lot of energy in the beginning of the fight. I didn't get a chance to catch that part. What I did see was two warriors going at each other and really trying to knock each other's head off. In close combat, close quarters. I saw some good things from both fighters. I saw Madrimov actually using the angles that I had spoke about him using in previous conversations. You know, he was shooting from different angles and moving and stuff like that. To Virgil's to his pedigree, he came out there and he handled his business. He did what he was supposed to. He did what he needed to do to keep the train going and keep on chugging down the line. That's what it's all about. Each fight is to show us: are you ready? Are you prepared? Are you going at it like you're supposed to? Are you trying to get to that next level? That's the questions, in my opinion, that he was out there to answer. And I think he did pretty good. I think he did pretty well, in my opinion. They met each other. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it wasn't one of those nights where you thought bombs was going off, but it was a pretty insightful, impactful, exciting night, in my opinion, with these fights. You know, all the points that what was I saying? Oh, Israel and Ortiz. Ortiz showed me that he could fight off. He got some angles and it's a nice little movement and everything. You know, he was able to take some good shots. He slipped some good shots. He gave as good as he was getting. Sitting at 154. Don't know what the fight would have looked like with him in boots. But from what I can tell with Madrimov, it wasn't the same fight. We didn't see the same Madrimov that we saw with Bud. So before they start all that kind of stuff, I'm going to go ahead and say, in my opinion, I didn't see that guy. I saw a different guy fighting against Ortiz. For whatever reason, the guy wasn't able to, Madrimov just wasn't able to get over the hump. He just wasn't able to push it far enough where the judges sided with him and gave him the nod. The nod ended up going to Virgil Ortiz, which I'm sure Oscar De La Hoya and his crew was happy about. And you know, they got him a win. They got him a win, finally. They got him a win out there. There we go. They got them a great win. Now I'm gonna tell you, I did not expect Idjit Kabayel, which I should have expected it. It should have been obvious to me. The man is a body snatcher. He goes to the body on the real regular. And for some reason, it didn't cross my mind to think about, hey, this man is always going to the back body. Boots now got some catching up to do. Oh, you think Boots got some catching up to do, seeing that your boy Ortiz went out there and handled his business like he did, and danced quite well with Madrimov. You think Boots got some catching up to do? He said, I woke up and seen Padley fighting his heart out. Shakur was hitting that man with everything he had. Yes. And we got to give Padley and Okolie, we got to give both of those men a heck of a round of applause for being able to show up at the last minute and get out there and fight. Yes, Padley was outgunned. He didn't have the speed. You could tell he just was behind. You know, you could tell that Shakur was ahead, was in front of him on every aspect of the game, on inside game, outside game, defense, foot movement. Shakur was just sharper, and Shakur went out there and shot off like he was supposed to. Man, stopped him with some body shots. Crazy as it seeming, these body shots are starting to show up real regular. These body shot stoppages are starting to show up real regular on the menu. How would you like to pick this stoppage for tonight? Body blow, liver shot? Talk to me. We got it all. Hot, ready to go. So, yeah, I think he did a good job, Gil. You woke up to a guy that was, really trying to get it. Really trying to get it. The pedigree scale do have you looking at people differently, especially when you use and you say, okay, I'm expecting this guy to come out here because this is what his makeup is. This is what he got in him. This is what we're expecting to see. Big bro in the house. Ernest Davis, my favorite producer of all time. Manny Draper, Texas Timbo. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know who it is. That's my bro right there, Maestro. What's going down? He said, Eric said, hell yeah, Ortiz is beating the who's who and making a name for himself and establishing himself at 154, while Boots is still sucking himself down to 147. Well, I could look at this two ways. I could say that Boots then put themselves in the situation of saying, I want to be undisputed. And you know how this era is. If you say it, you got to try to do it. At least that's what I'm thinking that I'm gathering from this. You said you want to be undisputed. You got to go and fight for undisputed. You said you want to be undisputed at 147 pounds. Don't know if when you had brought that situation up, were you really thinking, is it hard to make 147? Is it truly that hard to make 147? Or should I move up to 154 and try to go for the glory up there? Either way, Ortiz is already making his marks and his moves at 154. Boots is still, from what we understand right now, we got to wait to see how things are going to look when he go and face Stanionis in his next upcoming fight. It still don't look that great that the fight that he had at 154 was Ortiz, and that would have been a good move for him to make. But seeing that he already decided to keep himself at 147, we just have to see if this is a good decision that he made or if it'll come back to Bernie later on. But right now, I'm going to keep my eyes on the horizons and just let these guys float and do what it is they do and see how they turn out. That's the best we can do for them. But like you said, Virgil is doing his thing, and he's chugging right along. And who knows, before long, he might have slid himself into a great position to get a shot at a title. With the way the politics and everything has been going lately, there's no telling. We might be able to get that fight. Shah said he might be able to get that fight where he'll be fighting for a belt at 154. The landscape is right now at this moment is wide open. That's what I'm saying. He said, I don't know why I picked Big Bang Zane for the late stoppage when he got the gas tank of a leaf blower. Man was tired getting in the ring. Really? You think he was tired getting in the ring? I think what may have happened, this is a possibility, Gil. I'm thinking maybe when he got in the ring, he realized and he figured, hey, I got to do something with old Idiot kind of quick. He like to go to the body. That zaps a lot of energy from you. And Cabiel is a heavy-handed body puncher. So when I seen Big Bang catch him with that, what was it, right uppercut? It was fast. I really didn't get a chance to see what it was that dropped old Idiot. But, man, Cabiel got up, took it like a true champ, and started going to Big Bang's body. And you could see the toll. You could see the toll of those punches that he was letting go as he was landing on Big Bang. Big Bang was not liking no body blows at all. His face was telling it. His toll on his face is just as clear as somebody that went up and had you to write on the blackboard 150 times, I will not talk in the back of the class while the teacher is teaching. I don't know how many times y'all had to do that, but I still get flashbacks and shiver about the damn blackboard and having to write on it. Cleaning erasers. Y'all ever had to do this? Sucks. You go home, you the whitest person in class who don't get no sun at all. And you dark skinned. But I'm going to let that go on as what it is. Gas tank of a leash blower is crazy work. Hey man, don't do Big Bang Zane like that. Big Bang Zane stopped Wilder. Yes, he did. So Well, he stopped some more people too, but I just figured I'd say he stopped Wilder. So give Bang a little something. But Bang went out there and Cabiel just kept on going to the body like he was supposed to. He worked up top, but you could see that he was really invested in going to the body. And when he put Bang down the first time, Bang went down. Oh, he looked like his stomach was like hurting real bad. He leaned down like, oh man, wait, might have to go to the potty. Wait a minute. Wait, where's the lube? Oh, but he fought through it, got back to working, and that boy it just kept going to the body. Take some of this hard loaf bread, right to the bread basket. Here, take some of this, right to the basket. When Zane went down the final and last time, you could tell that he was hurting. You could tell that he was hurting. He reached over and grabbed his side and grimaced. It just looked like the big man was in pain. And he couldn't go no further. He just couldn't do it. I'm not saying that Big Bang's journey is over, but it is coming across a major hiccup. And I dare I say, if Cabiel could keep that kind of work up the way he did against Big Bang, if he can muster up, if get knocked down, or get in a compromising position where he could be hurt or shook a little bit, if he can fight that off, oh man, he can be a big player. A big player in the heavyweight division. A body snatcher like that could be promising for him. I'm looking forward to seeing exactly how they move him, who they move him up against, and what kind of fights will be presented at him soon. That's heavyweight. That's heavyweight. Right now, we need some heavyweights to come in and shake the place up and get it excited. Because we got dare I say, a loose cannon. I ain't going to even call him a crybaby. Obviously, we got us a loose cannon running around in Anderson. We got Bacoli running around. We got F.A. Jogba running around. We got my boy Edgy Cabier running around. Chisora, the Warhorse, is still kicking up dust. What's his name? Also, the guy with the long arms, him and Anthony Joshua, Dillian White. Even Dillian White is still around. So, the heavyweights, in my opinion, is in good hands, and it's getting better. Ladies and gentlemen, enter into the building. Our brother Trey X. What's going on? Salute to you.
Salute. Damn, my bad. Came in all fucked up, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Let me turn this shit off real quick, making all this goddamn noise. I had to come eat this crow, man. The saga continues. This was another round of ass whoopings that Riyadh season laid upon me. I'm talking about I got my ass kicked all over the place. I'm talking about I was losing Champ Ross picks. I'm losing bets. I'm talking about after that shit was over, man, I just turned my phone off and went to sleep. Y'all motherfuckers ain't never got sleepy after you lost your bankroll. That's exactly what I did. I slept for about 2 days. I slept for the rest of the night, slept Sunday, slept yesterday. Nigga, I ain't want to talk to nobody. I turned the phone back on. I see I got missed calls. D-Lo done called me. A few more people done called me. Man, fuck that shit, man. I ain't want to talk to nobody. But yeah, got to eat my crow in the main event for sure. Had better be. Got to give you the victory. Even though you said that we only went against each other with Usyk and Fury and these fights right here, but we going to throw Caleb Plant up in there too. There's been a few other ones like you'll pick on the Champ Ross and then I'll have a bet on the other side. You be like, damn, I know that shit wrong. So I'm going to let you have your victory, but at the same time, we ain't going to just dance on my grave and all that old kind of shit. But I actually thought I saw a little bit of extra what's the word I'm looking for, man? Like an extra little pudginess on Better Be when I saw him at the weigh-in. That made me start feeling a little bit nervous then. And I told you in conjunction with him being a little bit more of a bully this time, because I told you the bullies, they've been losing. So like when Bivol tried to shake his hand, he didn't want to shake his hand back. I thought that might have been a bad sign that some shit was about to go down. In the fight, though, I got to give credit to Better B because he withstood the early onslaught. It kind of felt like a Ali Roper dope or something. Like he just let Better B go out there and throw all that hard shit early, let him use that energy, and then he was gonna come back with something down the stretch in the fight. And that's exactly what he did. He did a good job. I think Better B came in a little bit confident, maybe a little overconfident. He didn't think he had nothing. He thought he could just go in there and get him out of there. I thought he could too, though. I picked Better B by knockout, and early on it looked like he might knock him out. But when I saw all the energy that he was using and it wasn't getting the results that he wanted, I started feeling a little bit queasy. And then I saw that the live odds they had flipped because they had Better B as a big favorite, and then it flipped to Bivol as a big favorite. It might have been the other way around. I know it was a chance that we had to get better Bivol at plus 180, and we should have took that shit because we would have had some money on both sides. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he did a good job. Salute to Bivol. I actually had the score 7-5 for Better B because I had gave Better B the first 6 rounds, and then I gave him the 12th round. So I had the 7-5 on my card, but it definitely wasn't no robbery or nothing like that. Bivol did much better. You can see the marks all over Better B's face. He looking all fucked up after the fight. Bivol, in comparison, he looked relatively smooth, especially compared to the first fight. So I ain't got no complaints about the shit, man. Did a good job. They're going to come back for part 3. Let's see if Better B can make some adjustments and come back with something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I felt like Bivol stayed on the gas this fight. In the first fight where it seemed like he kind of languished a little bit, got off and kind of coasted, and let Better B go off on him. I felt like he met that energy this fight a lot better because he started throwing back as Better B was throwing, coming forward and trying to put pressure. Bivol started letting his hands go like that little poodle that was like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of you pushing me in the corner, messing with me like that, man. Get off. He actually, that's the kind of energy I got from him. That's how I can kind of compare him to the first fight. I could see how super happy he was that he's undisputed at 175. Don't know how long it's gonna last. Like you said, they got to do it again, or at least that's what we're expecting for them to do it again. And speaking on the fact that it's a chance that they might be having a trilogy, I'm hearing some rumblings about people trying to make it like Turkey was it Al-Maouf that he that fought. Who did Al-Maouf fight? He fought a villain. No, I think it was Shiraz and Adams.
You talking about Adames and Hamza Shiraz?
Adames. Is that the fight? The guy that's supposed to be the ambassador for Riyadh?
I don't know nothing about no ambassador.
He's in the role for playing the ambassadorship, being the liaison or whatever, however they say that person is. But it's one of those guys. They were saying his fight. I think it is the Adames fight where it turned into a draw.
Yeah, it was a draw.
And Turkey was saying that old boy needed to fight harder because he was losing by 2 or something. That's the only bad thing I've heard about the whole season. And even though with that, I don't really give it too much credence because we've seen Floyd tell Tank that he was losing. And people hail that as, that's, Floyd told Tank and Tank went off. I don't really see the big difference. Yeah, I know Turkey is not a trainer or anything like that, but he didn't go out there and fight harder for the dude or make the other dude fight any less. He just said, hey, man, you losing. You got to fight harder. I don't really think it's anything wrong with it. I just, I thought I'd bring it up because I heard some rumblings about it, and I don't want people to start trying to tear down Riyadh season or try to give it a bad name. And we just getting started.
Well, ain't nobody perfect. A lot of people felt like Carlos Adames deserved to win that fight. I thought he deserved to win that fight. When I was watching the shit, I was kicking myself for picking Adames. I mean, for picking Shiraz, because I had Adames ahead on the pedigree scale. So I'm sitting over there mad as a motherfucker at myself. They say that Shiraz hurt his hand in the fight. That might be an excuse. I don't know. I guess he kind of didn't fight the way he normally fights. Maybe I could see a hurt hand. But when I look at the action in the fight, I thought Carlos Adames won that fight by several rounds. I had it like some 8-4 type shit. 7-5 if I want to stretch it, but I thought Adames won that fight. And it do look like Shiraz got some home cooking over there amongst his Muslim brethren. I think they held it down for him. They obviously wanted him to win. The whole crowd was going for him. They was quiet as a motherfucker when that fight was going on. When they announced Shiraz when they announced him at the beginning of the fight, they were crunk, nigga. They cheering and happy. And then when the action started taking place and Adames was winning, they was quiet as a motherfucker. And then he somehow get a draw out of that shit. So that's what people talking about. You know, I don't think that's putting a bad stain on Riyadh. Ain't nobody perfect. I think they showed some favoritism towards him. It just shows that they are not immune to some politics, because he didn't deserve to get no draw in that fight. The man lost that fight.
Okay. I'm over here choking like crazy. I'm hearing you. Yeah, I wanted to bring that up early because I heard some people saying it, but like I said, I can't be mad at it because you ride with the person you riding with. At some point, I guess that is going to show. Pretty much shows with everybody when it comes to fighters and picking fights and stuff like that. You're going to at some point show who you really riding with. It's just going to naturally come out unless you're real good at hiding it. But I didn't see nothing wrong with it.
To me, it looked normal. Like when you have officials, they be liking to please the crowd. Like if you watch a football game or something and you got a call that go against the away team, the referee sound happy to report this penalty to the home crowd so they can please them. Same thing in boxing. Everybody want Hamza Shiraz to win. It's obvious they want this man to win. And plus the promotion got a lot of money behind him. He's supposed to be next up. That's one reason why I ain't want to pick against him. You know, he's supposed to be ascending and getting ready to fight for a championship. So he got some home cooking. He got some politics thrown his way. But it looked like they wanted to please that crowd as well. You know what I'm saying? They was kind of fervent about, you know, putting their support behind the guy. You could like clearly hear it. They was booing Adames and shit, so they didn't like him. I can't even think of too many fighters that done got booed out there, but he got booed though, because he was going against their guy. And he got some home cooking, you know. And that's something that you see too. Like it was this fight. This motherfucking McCann, Dennis the Menace McCann. He fought this motherfucker named Ayanu Baluta. He a real tough guy, straight up Iron Man in the game. He gonna come fight like a motherfucker. He jumped all on Dennis McCann, putting hands on that motherfucker. And we had money on McCann. We bet on McCann. He was a 6-time national champion. Man, that motherfucker got hands put on him. Then it was a cut in the fight, and they stopped the fight and went to the cards. And they gave it a draw. Ain't no way that man supposed to get no draw, but that is something that's common in boxing. When you see that up and ascending fighter, that young prospect or contender that's trying to go into championship status, if they have a hiccup in the road, they'll put a draw out there. So this is like some routine type shit that we see in boxing. It's unfortunate, but it's something that we see fairly consistently.
Okay, that's something to have your eyes open for. You start seeing something like that cooking up in a draw pop out. That could be a good reason for it. My boy Eric R and Gil Cole is taking some shots at my boy Shakur. He said Shakur looked like he was getting pinched under his arm for talking during the church service. Every time he threw a punch, he better get a poker face quick. I mean, he better get a poker face before he comes see Tank. And Eric R said, "Yeah."
His hands after the fight though. That motherfucking hands look fucked up. Like he did an interview after the fight. He actually had shot a little something out there to Mayweather talking about shit, teach him how to take care of his hands. Because, you know, Mayweather had the hand problems. He had to work through it. But that man's hands was fucked up in that fight. You know what I'm saying? He showed me something by digging down, going to the body, which is also smart. If you got hurt hands, you don't want to hit a motherfucker in the hard head. You want to go to the body where it's soft to hit on. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he did. He dug down deep, went to the body, got him out of there. Salute to Padley too, though. Like I said, he wasn't gonna come in and kiss no ring. He a 3.5. He coming off an upset win over Mark Chamberlain. He ain't coming to lay down. He went 9 rounds out there on 4 days' notice. Yeah, good shit from him. DeCane said the motherfucker got $900K and a brand new house from Turkey out the Sheik for doing what he did. So shit, it looked like he's straight now. He said he was able to quit his job now and just focus on boxing. So even though it was a loss, it was a win. Shit, it was all good, man. Shakur showed some toughness. Padley showed some toughness. I ain't got no problem with him.
Man, let me dive on that a little bit. Congratulations to Padley, one, because he and Bacoli, in my opinion, helped save the card by being willing to showing up and being willing to do so, and to go out there and actually fight, not just go out there and shell up. But if he got him a new crib out of the deal, $900K, and he can quit his job and start focusing, I want to see what he look like next year. They get him in front of somebody, he can start really focusing on training and everything. I want to see what he looks like again. I want to see him face another name and see if people have the same negativity toward it. Because they want to be funny talking about he an electrician. But, you know, everybody got to start somewhere. All the guys don't get that lucky pick that you're going to just get popped out and pushed in front of people and don't have to work. You only got a few of those that get to do that. For the most part, most of these fighters do have another job until they get it cracking off. So for him to go out there and try to do what he did against Shakur, which was not much because Shakur showed what he was supposed to. The baby world beater went out there and became the baby world beater. He was making him miss while he was in the pocket. He was striking from distance. He pretty much just controlled the whole fight. And the body blows that he hit old Padley with, that first sweeping when they put Padley down, kind of made Padley bend a little bit. You know, I don't know if you noticed, Trey, but throughout that night, it was quite a few fighters that took some body blows, kind of made them bend over a little bit, like it looked like they had to think about it for a hot second. Big Bang went through it.
But before we go off to that, I want to go back to, because we keep on lumping Padley and Bacoli in the same category, and that wasn't. Padley was already in shape. That's why he came away in at 134. He wasn't in fight shape like he done had a 12-week camp, but he was in shape though. He do CrossFit on a regular basis. That keep him in shape. He say he also go to the gym and he run as much as he can, even though he got a job. So this was a man that was in some kind of shape coming in. But Cody was severely overweight, 300 and some pounds. He normally fight at like, I want to say 280 something, maybe 290. He weighed up at 330. He ain't even in his training grounds. He in the Congo. They don't send no jet to go get him. That motherfucker got to go to the airports. He make it to the fight the day of the fight is when he pulling in. That motherfucker's manager needs to have his ass kicked. He needs to get his ass whooped. He sold this man out for a check. I can understand Padley because you already in shape. You know, you take this seriously. But Cody, he big old heavyweight. He done went home to the Congo. He out there with his family, doing whatever they doing out there. This man is not nowhere near in fight shape. And he went out there and got his man embarrassed for a check. And then after the fight, Bacoli talked about this. He talked about how he wasn't in no shape. He really didn't want to take this fight, but he was pretty much pressured into taking the fight. So I thought that was a stain on the shit, man. That was fucked up how they did Bacoli. I guess at the end of the day, he didn't have to take the fight. He a grown man, but he still got pressured into a situation that everybody should know is not a good place for him to be. You're going against Joseph Parker, a 4.5, coming in hot, been whooping niggas, in shape off a 12-week count, and you got your man on basically 1 day notice and some old crazy shit like this, 2 days notice, severely overweight, ain't been running, ain't been training. I'm talking about straight fresh off the couch, and you put him in there with Joseph Parker. And salute to Joseph Parker. That's my guy. I always supported Joseph Parker, so I like to see him do well. But for Bacoli, that was fucked up how they did that, man.
Dang, I was kind of looking at it like, good job, Bacoli. Now, I felt like they did pull him off because I was like, he got a fight coming up against FA, and he ended up taking this fight before he even started his camp for FA. So I knew he was out of shape. I know he was out of shape. I agree with that 100%. I didn't get a chance to see him talk about it. I just was okay, I was just giving him the credit for stepping up. I didn't realize that Padley was, in some kind of shape. I just, looked at it like these dudes took this fight on a whim notice, bam, and showed up. So I give, I still give them both they credit and everything like that. Both of them for fighting. Got to give it, I still give Padley that because he was out there. He was trying to fight. He was trying to fight. Hey, Shakur, baby, world beat it. I hope Floyd can reach out to him without getting too, you know how Floyd can be. If you look like you're shining too hard, y'all end up going left and right instead of just going straight down the road like you need to. But whatever he needs to do, I hope he get it done and fight. Baby World Beater pull off another one. I want to see what the people gonna have to say about it. See how they're gonna try to spin it or make it like he was scared or anything. I feel like he went out there and did what he was supposed to do, and he looked good doing it. And if you have a problem with that, then you just gonna have a problem with him, regardless of what he do and how he does it, until he loses, if he loses.
That Bacoli fight needs to be a lesson to all fighters. When Riyadh season is coming, is going down, and you got motherfuckers fighting that's in your weight class or around your weight class, be in shape because you never know what's gonna happen. You might get a call. You don't want to get out there and get fucked up like Bacoli. You don't want that happening to you. So stay in some motherfucking shape. At least be in shape like Padley, so you can go out there and like Padley didn't even lose to me. Like he lost the fight, but at the same time, he got so much respect from the fight game. Yasser was telling me how people out there in the UK was showing him all kind of love and they was proud of him and shit like that. That's the result that you want if you're gonna take a chance like that. If you can't get the win, you want the win. But if you don't get the win, you at least want your stock to rise. That motherfucker Bacoli didn't get none of that. He didn't even have a chance. You know what I'm saying? So whoever the fuck his manager is, he need his ass kicked. For real.
Yeah, he probably was looking at it like this could be a good thing. I'm just giving him, getting a shot. The manager probably was like, yeah, we're gonna make some money off of it. But if you come and say it today now, you never know what could pop up for you later on down the road. He probably held that over his head for Bacoli, which, if you look at it, it could make some sense. Especially hearing what Padley got out the deal. A new house? Come on, man. A new house? I'm pretty sure anybody get a new house unless you just super filthy rich. Get you a new crib. Paid for? You ain't got to pay for except pay for the taxes? Come on, man. Come on.
I ain't got no problem with Padley's situation. Him and Bacoli's situation are totally different. So Padley, that's all good. All thumbs up. I ain't got no problem with that shit. But Bacoli, I don't see how the fuck getting a knockout loss is supposed to help your situation. It's just all about the money. But we ain't got to talk about that shit all night. Yeah, we had good fights. You talked about Ortiz and Madrimov. Madrimov sabotaged himself. I'm starting to see something for some of the Eastern European fighters, though. If you come in with a reputation for having power, they scared early in the fight. Them motherfuckers gonna get out there and move and groove and shuck and jive and bullshit and stay away from your power as long as they can. Like Lomachenko when he fought against Teofimo Lopez. He went out there bullshitting early on in the fight and had to, come down the stretch and fight hard to try to win and didn't get the win. When I saw the first round with Madrimov going against Ortiz, I knew I was cooked immediately. When I saw his strategy, the way he started that fight, I knew I was cooked. And I knew he was cooked. How the fuck are you going to do that for 12 rounds? Like people might say, well, he winning. He ain't winning to me. I don't care if he landed more punches. If you using triple the energy that your opponent is using, you're not winning to me. Unless it equals in damage. Like if you're using triple the energy and you're causing triple the damage. If you're using triple the energy and the damage is similar, you're losing to me because coming down the stretch, he gonna have more energy and you're gonna be slowing down. And that's exactly what happened. He came out with all that energy and shit. I guess he was winning maybe the first round or something like that, and then Ortiz started to kind of calibrate to him. But just all that excessive movement and shit early on in the fight, It did not look like an experienced fighter that had been here before. I was very disappointed in him. I think if he would have went out there and just fought the motherfucker, he would have gave himself a better chance. But you went out there scared of the man power, so you want to stay away from his power for as long as you could. Then all of a sudden you ain't got no more legs, you ain't got no more energy. Now you got to stand in front of him because you ain't got the energy to move no more. Now he putting shots on your motherfucking ass and winning rounds. You know what I'm saying? That was bad. Him and his coach, they need to be ashamed of themselves.
Well, you bring up a point that I can't help but say. I've been telling people, over here is a bigger melting pot for talent and things to face. And you bring up the point that it seemed like the Eastern European fighters, when they go up against somebody who had power, they decide they want to go to the mall. They want to dance it through. And then once they end up burning up the energy because they're not used to dancing like that, you forced to be standing someplace where you should have been at in the first place and just use the subtle movement to get out the way. Hell, if they hit hard, it ain't nothing you're going to be able to do about it except try to block and not get hit. Other than that, running ain't going to do you no good except, what's the word? Extend the time before you end up getting punished and put to sleep or hurt.
Yeah, I won't be surprised if Mirjan Akhmadaliev, if he fight against Inoue, we might see the same thing. He gonna get in front of Inoue. Inoue can hit. The motherfucker ain't gonna want to be close to him for the first half of the fight. I'm telling you, I'm seeing some with the Eastern Europeans, man. If your reputation precedes yourself and you coming in there known as a puncher, they don't want no parts of that shit early on. You know what I'm saying? Like it's some of them that's special, like Usyk and shit like that. Even though he got his little stuff too, like the body work and shit. I heard Yasa one time. He say, "I think Kabayel would be the toughest fight for Usyk." That motherfucker might be right because Usyk don't like the body punches. And I also saw his amateur fight against Beterbiev, and Beterbiev hurt him to the body in that fight. So I'm seeing something with the body punches. Yasa probably right. Kabayel to give him a tough ass fight. But Usyk is a guy that's gonna come to the power punches like Joshua and do what he got to do. But a lot of them other Eastern Europeans put him in front of a power puncher. They don't want no parts of that shit early on. And Madrimov did the same thing against Crawford. He didn't go out there and fight his normal fight. He went out there and was more defensive and doing a bunch of feinting and a bunch of hesitating. They called it being patient, but I called it bullshit. We here to win a fight. You know what I'm saying? We're not here to out chess a master chess player, and then you out there playing Magnus Carlsen, and you trying to out chess this motherfucker. Man, get in there and get your paper. We come from Texas. We want to see you get in there. Get in there, nigga. But if you got power like a Crawford or Ortiz, he ain't trying to get in there.
Get in there, but be careful. Get your ass in there. Just watch out for that overhand, because he coming with it. But other than that, get in there. That's how we looking at it in Texas. We ain't trying to hear that. Wait till he get tired. No. He might not get tired. You got to make him tired. Eric Gall said, or he probably told Bacoli, if you turn down this opportunity, you may never have a chance at a heavyweight title.
He was already had a fight scheduled for FL Jogba. That was going to just be another scalp for him that's good on his resume. I think he was going to be okay. He came out the Jared Anderson knockout. So you just killed his buzz. He came off a Jared Anderson knockout. Everybody talking about him. He the boogeyman of the division. And you just went out there and got him knocked out by Craig. Nigga, you didn't have to do that shit. That shit was unnecessary. It was unnecessary. The man was already on the wave. You went out there and personally killed that shit for a payday.
And the way he fell down, looked like he had started busting the move. He got caught right on the top part of the side top of his head, kind of behind the ear. Right after he had took that good ass punch and shook his head, the Parker like, nah, that ain't did nothing. Like he was finna get ready to go put in some work. Parker threw another Hail Mary and knocked the piss out of it.
It seemed like it skimmed, a skimming blow almost, but he had the delayed reaction and shit, that was all she wrote. Hey, I
kind of like what's his name? The big dude that used to be at 154. Hurd, kind of like Hurd when he fought J-Rock. And J-Rock dropped him over on the ropes with that skimming blow across the top of the head, but it was just enough to put him down.
Yeah, I don't even remember that shit. Hey, salute to Callum Smith. That motherfucker went out there and served me some crow this week. I had my money and my pick on Joshua Boatsy, the 4.5 Olympic bronze medalist. Disappointed in him and also disappointed in his coach, Virgil Hunter. How you a high level coach like this and you got this man so squared up? I'm telling you, this weekend my pedigree scale got destroyed. I was like 1-5-1 just looking at the scale. You know what I'm saying? Like it was bad. This was an eye test weekend. On I want to say it was Wednesday or maybe Thursday. We had a fight with this guy named Daniel Barrera. He fought Christopher Rosales. That was on the channel Ross. You had a guy that was coming to you, bringing action in Rosales, and you also got a guy that's squared up, thinking he got some boxing skills in Barrera. Rosales won that shit. He was the underdog. This fight right here, you got the squared up dude with the pedigree and Joshua Boatsy. He going against somebody that's coming to swing them things. I'm telling you, man, I watched Callum Smith when he fought against Beterbiev. Before Beterbiev fought Bivol, his toughest fight was Callum Smith. I know he stopped him in 7. Callum Smith came off a 17-month layoff and fought that motherfucker like a G off in there. I'm talking about it wasn't no gazelle against no lion. I'm talking about this dude was coming to Beterbiev and putting shots on him too. I got mad respect for the Smith family. They might be my favorite fighting family. I just like how tough they are. They don't take no shit. I see Liam Smith, he fight Canelo. Canelo going to the body and coming with hard shots. Smith smiling at him and laughing and coming back with shots of his own. Callum Smith, when he fight Canelo, Canelo stopping everybody, but he don't stop him. This motherfucker Super 6 winner and all this kind of stuff. Fighting Beterbiev like a G off in there. I got respect for him. When I seen that, I knew I might be in trouble. I was like, damn, I forgot how good Callum Smith is. But I'm going to stand with my pick. You know, I got an Olympic bronze medalist going against a Commonwealth Games silver medalist. I'm going to stay down with the Olympian. He went over there and put belt the ass on that motherfucker, Boatsy. I'm sitting over here sick to my stomach looking at this shit, putting hands on it. Why back to the body? And then we looking at the coaching. We got Virgil Hunter going against Buddy McGirt. Buddy McGirt putting in work in the corner. Nigga, go to the body. He don't like them body shots. Callum Smith putting them hands on that motherfucker. Coming uppercut, coming back to the body with the hook and lead right hand. And it was just bad, man. So I'm seeing something. If you got the guy that's supposed to have the good boxing skills, but he got a squared up stance, you got to look at the motherfucker with a raised eyebrow and have some skepticism.
It just had, you know how you had one of those bad times, the stars ain't quite aligned like they supposed to. Anything that could go wrong will go wrong. That just happened to be this week. That's all.
No, but some of it was self-inflicted though. Like number one, I don't bet rematches. I've only bet 2 rematches in 3 years. And I won one. I bet the rematch between Figueroa and Cool Boy Steph. We got 2.5 to 1 odds plus 250. So we won that. Because we got the decision. This fight right here, I ain't getting odds. I had to lay 4 to 5 odds. It was minus 125, and I bet a rematch. Went out there, ate crow, and lost the money. Another one that could have been avoided was the Caballero fight going against Big Bang Zane. I'm riding with the pedigree scale, but I know that this man is like 40 years old, and he going against a true body snatcher. The best body puncher in the sport since Earl Spence when he was in his prime. This man is dedicated to going to the body. Don't give a damn about the headshots. And he got a good chin too, man. The only time he got dropped in the fight is when he took a looping left hand from Zane that he didn't see coming. If he saw the punch coming, he took the punch well. And he came back with something. But we could have avoided that, man. We got the younger guy. He coming in hot. He's stopping all geriatric motherfuckers. I'm talking about if you're an old man, 35 and up, you're getting your ass stopped fucking around with Caballero. And I took the old man against the body snatcher. That was stupid. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was a bad day. Took some losses, but some of them could have been avoided.
All I know is when he called Zane with that last body blow, Zane went down. The way Zane was looking, like his meds had just kicked in. He needs to hurry up and get to the bathroom. Cause that boy Cavier was digging off in his stomach so bad. When he stood up, he held his head back like taking the breath, like, woo. Man, this boy, he got me like he done took some X-Lax times 3 or something.
And Cabo, the sadistic, he like it when you show them faces. Like when he see that he getting to you, that he like that. That empowers him to want to come and do it some more. And when I saw them looks on Zane's face, I said, "Oh man, we dead. We out of there." Cause we had a hedge on the fight. We had Big Bang Zane at plus 140 because he started out at minus 250. Then they bet him all the way to plus 140. So I said, okay, we're gonna take that. And then we had Caballero by decision at plus 235. So that's the hedge. If Zane win, we win a little bit. If Caballero win by decision, we win a little bit more. But what I should have done is I should have called Caballero when he was the underdog in the very beginning, about plus 200. I should have bet him then. And then when the bet went all the way to 140 for Zone, then that's when I was supposed to bet him. So no matter who wins, we win. The only way we lose if it's a draw. But it ended up being a stoppage for Caballero. And Caballero is the truth out there, man. I want to see what's next for him.
Yeah, I want to see who they're gonna throw in front of him too. Moody Trayweather that slid into the building. He say salute, y'all.
Salute going down. Salute to all my niggas in the chat if I ain't said it already.
Right. M. Banks also just joined in. M. Banks Unfiltered. He said Caballero went to chopping lumber on his ass.
Chop wood on the motherfucker, didn't he, man?
Chopped his ass down. Just man. It was one of those fights where you say it's a body snatcher, but you seen him doing the work. Regardless of what Bang did, he went upstairs, but he made sure that he ended. If he threw a 3-punch combination, he made sure one of those punches went to the body. Or a lot of times, 2 of those punches went to the body.
Yeah, he the most dedicated body puncher in the heavyweight division by far. Like he one of the most dedicated body punchers in the last 15 years in boxing or something. Besides Earl Spence, who else has been more dedicated to going to the body like that? Like I know we had Earl Spence, but take him off the table. Who else is going to the body like him? I'm talking about just straight dedicated. Don't give a fuck about the headshots if they ain't there. If we got to throw 100% body punches in the round, we willing to do that. Who else is like him?
Nah. At first, I was gonna say would we consider Dillian Parker? I mean, Dillian Parker, Dillian White, but no, because he even sometimes get headshot hungry, so he turned into a headhunter sometimes. No Diddy, but no, I guess Caballero would be the only true body puncher that you could say I'm willing to bet that it'll be around and he throw nothing but body blows.
Yeah, man, he done brought Mexican style to the heavyweight division. He looked like he come up in the gyms in Texas or something, where them motherfucker just going to the body with ferocity, just trying to chop wood, like my man in the chat said, chop wood on the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's a different element that he done brought to the division, and I'm interested to see how people gonna deal with that. I think Usyk could be smart if he don't fight him, even if that motherfucker makes some noise. It'd probably be smart to stay away from Caballero, man, because I think that's the guy. I'm gonna agree with Yasser. I don't know why I'd be going against Yasser. Yasser, he actually said with the damn Beterbiev fight, let's not take Beterbiev. Let's take both fighters by decision. And I said, nah, I ain't trying to do that because it's a motherfucking rematch and all that shit. Man, Yasser is a champion. Why the fuck am I not listening to Yasser? But the great motherfucking Yasser say that Caballero will probably be the toughest fight for Usyk. And I think I agree with my guy.
I would make an agreement with that just for the simple fact when Bacoli was going on his little press run, letting everybody know that he had been hurting these boys with body blows all the time. Just because of that, and Bacoli saying that Usyk is susceptible to body blows, and then we saw what happened with him and Dubois. And then I got a chance to watch that amateur clip with him and Beterbiev, where you do see him get hurt in that fight. So Cabiel, being the guy that he is, going to the body all the time, and Usyk trying to bring pressure to a person, I believe Usyk could be not only in there, but he'll catch a few of those shots. How it end up turning out for him in the end, I don't know. But if Cabiel, if he put in the work like he did with Big Bang Zane, where he just put in enough work, with one punch didn't hurt you, but this accumulation of them, once I finally do get that button press, the accumulation of all the other punches just sit down on that pressure and make you say, you know what, I think I'm done for tonight. I just can't go no more. And I think that's what happened to Big Bang Zane. And it's the possibility it could happen to Usyk the same way.
Yeah, I think so, man. At first, I only saw it against Orthodox fighters because he stopped Arslanbek Makhmudov, and he also stopped Frank Sanchez. Those are Orthodox fighters. But now I just saw it against the Southpaw. And I know it is a big body Southpaw. Like, he got a lot of frame to hit on. You know, Usyk ain't got as much frame to hit on. And he got a lot more mobility, like way better footwork and shit like that. But I still see that Cabiel can find angles to land them body punches on the Southpaw. You know, because sometimes you'll see a guy do one thing against one stance and have to do something else against another stance. This motherfucker can do it against both stances. So I think it'll be tough, man. You know, he's young, he full of piss and vinegar, got something to prove. He ascending on the way up. I think I agree with Yasser, man. I think that'll be the toughest fight for Usyk, just stylistic wise. Styles make fights. I think this is the computer printout of what Usyk don't need, for real.
Yeah, and we all ride with Usyk. Not when I say ride, we all ride with Usyk like he gonna be around for a minute. Not to mention that Usyk is kind of up in age too.
He's 37. I think he turned 38 this year.
You know what I'm saying? That don't look too pretty. It's surprising that so many fighters are fighting so much closer to 40 in that top range. But yeah, I don't think, Usyk might even be around that much longer. I think Cabiel and the rest of these guys are getting ready to start blazing some new trails, and some new names are finna start bubbling up to the top. I think Joseph Parker is positioning himself. I think the time for him is clicking perfectly right about now. His win over Andy, what did him to be Andy Ruiz back in the day when they fired him, when they let him go from Top Rank?
Yeah. I know they fought. So I can't never remember who won the motherfucking fight, but yeah, they definitely fought though.
Parker won. Parker won the fight.
All right.
Yeah, because they cut Andy after that from Top Rank, and right after that he ended up beating AJ and became champion, the first Mexican heavyweight champion unified in the world.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, I think Parker has positioned himself. Time is clicking just right for him. Daniel Dubois, stuff is clicking just right for him. I was thinking when he got sick, I was like, shoot, maybe he ain't really sick. Maybe his dad's voodoo, they used the wrong time zone. He had to go back and get that shit fixed.
Yeah.
But
one thing about Usyk, though.
What about it?
Say one thing about Usyk, he started later though. He started when he was 15. That's one thing that's so amazing about him. He didn't start when he was 7, 8, 6, like them other motherfuckers. He started when he was 15. So that's a little bit less wear and tear. You know, you wasn't a young developing little kid getting beat on in the head and shit. He came in at 15. He did have a lot of amateur fights and shit though, 335 and 15. So that is wear and tear. But he fought at the higher weight classes, heavyweight and shit. He wasn't having to cut all his weight like typical fighters do. And then when he fought like in the World Series of Boxing, he was fighting as a heavyweight. He fought against Joe Joyce and shit like that in the World Series of Boxing. And then he did come to the pro game cutting weight down to cruiserweight. But that's still comparable to the amateurs though, because cruiserweight is heavyweight in the amateurs because the amateurs got super heavyweight. So that still was comparable. And then he moved up to actual heavyweight. which would be super heavyweight in the amateurs. So he ain't got to worry about that wear and tear with harming his body, cutting weight and shit. So I think he even though he's 37, I think he's a relatively young 37. And then he don't get into wars like a lot of guys do. So he ain't got the same type of wear and tear. You know what I'm saying? I think he'll be okay. I can see Usyk definitely fighting until he's 40, 41 for sure.
Okay, so you think, which good nugget of information, you think because he started so late, maybe not as much wear and tear on him as a lot of these other guys. Which makes me also say, damn, fellas, if Usyk got started at 15, y'all need to step y'all game up because he making y'all look bad. Y'all been boxing since 7 and 8. He making y'all look bad. That's all I'm saying.
That's why Sean Porter beat him in the amateurs. He fought him when he was 15, when he just started. You know, he was a smaller guy. He fought at middleweight at that time. And Sean Porter got a win over him. But Sean Porter had been fighting since he was like 8, 9 years old or some shit, maybe even 7. Like he fought since he was a little kid. So he had a sizable experience gap on this guy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's a good thing to start early, but it does increase the wear and tear on your body. And starting late is not a good thing because you start behind the other fighters that started earlier. But the plus side is you have less wear and tear. So you know, it's pluses and minuses on both sides.
Yeah, double-edged sword. Moody Trayweather. Yeah, we agreed that the Parker Bacoli was a money grab and no more. That man messed up, like Trey said, he messed up that man's boogeyman status by going out there and getting his ass knocked out, getting his ass stopped in the fight. Again, sitting there. He looked like a big baby sitting on the floor right now. waiting for somebody to bring him something to snack on.
Yeah, I ain't like that shit, man. He got to come back and show something and get his boogeyman status back.
Well, shoot, he coming back against a good assessment with FA because, you know, I said I like the way FA looking lately.
And then that fucked the money up, man. My bad for interrupting you, but we was going to take FA already. And now he coming off a knockout loss. They done fucked the odds up. I guarantee you Bacoli was going to come in as a big favorite in the fight. Now he coming off a knockout loss. Hell, FA might be the goddamn favorite. Or it might be even or something. I cannot see Bacoli being a big favorite like I saw him before. I would, if I was to guess, I would expect Bacoli to go into an FA fight about minus 300, minus 350. I can see that shit being close to even money or even some shit like plus 150 or something like that for FA. Maybe plus 200. I mean, minus 200 for FA, my bad. Minus 200 for FA, plus 150 for Bacoli. I can see some shit like that now.
Well, shoot. Not now. That dude there is fat. You can tell he has Parker walking like, yeah, I got this. But like I was saying, you know, you said you could see Usyk fighting to about at least 40, 41?
Yeah.
Ooh. So that'll keep him in the game at least a good strong 4 more years.
He about to turn 38 this year. Okay. He already 37. Just 2-3 more years.
I'm thinking, you know, as far as the higher ups, what would be the next fights for him? I guess the winner, the fight that was supposed to be taking place would have been the winner of Dubois Parker. So he could become undisputed again, take that belt back, or either lose the belts. I kind of, you know, I don't know. I think I was leaning more toward Dubois if it came down to either him or Parker. I kind of was leaning toward Dubois, seeing that Dubois knows that he can get to Usyk and what it would take and work in the body. But then it would be a rematch, and Usyk probably step his game up and get Dubois out the way. So I don't know. But Parker, Dubois, Caballero, Big Baby out of there. Both of the babies are out of there. What's his name? FA. Those are the guys that I think that people are finna start. People are about to start learning their names and speaking their names when they come to heavyweights.
Yeah, we'll see.
He said McCauley big goofy ass was smiling from the beginning to the end. Well, he might have got him a nice, nice check, but once again, I missed the interview. But Trey said that he spoke on the fact that he was nowhere ready to really be having this fight, kind of put into a no win position. But I wouldn't call him a big goofy because when I've seen him talk and go out there and after he done trained and everything and he up to point, he big goofy ain't what they want to call him at all. He go out there and make those boys respect what it is. It used to be we could only call on Michael Hunter. Hey, get Michael Hunter in here. He can stop McCauley, but now you done gave that strength and that right to power to Parker now. Parker can also stop McCauley.
We can also say he stopped him on some bullshit, though. He ain't stopped the best version of McCauley. And then at the same time, McCauley, he only been losing to 4.5 type motherfuckers. Michael Hunter and Joseph Parker. I can't even hang that over his head too tough. I just know that the average boxing fan is not going to look at it the way I look at it. They just going to look at him as somebody that got knocked the fuck out, and that's the end of the story. But if you look in the context of everything that's been going on, that's a hell of a fighter. That is a natural. Like, he done went out there and beat Tony Yoka, Igor Shevardusky, knocked him the fuck out inside 2 rounds. All kind of motherfuckers, man. Jared Anderson just straight destroyed him. Like, that's a bad dude that was in a bad position. But at the same time, that's on him too. Stay in shape, nigga. You ain't got to blow up to 330. Watch your motherfucking weight, man. Stay training. You pretty much let us know in between fights you ain't doing shit. You sitting on your ass. So, it's on him too. Stay ready. You ain't got to get ready, huh?
Pretty much. That's the statement. That's the belief. And it pretty much proved to be true. Should it be Parker versus Usyk or Dubois versus Caballero? Oh. Should it be Parker versus Usyk and Dubois versus Caballero?
I got to see Caballero. But before I see anything, I want to see Caballero get in there with somebody a little younger. He been on the geriatric tour, beating up old men. But I want to see him go out there and do the same thing to a younger guy. I would love to see Parker versus Caballero.
Parker over Dubois? They both young, so.
Yeah, I mean, Dubois got the belt and shit, so I'm not saying that he needs to test, in a championship fight. But before he get there, I would like to see him fight one of these younger guys like a Joseph Parker and see what happened then.
Yeah, because we know Parker not scared to let his hands go. And his last few fights, he's been proven to have enough to actually stop people.
Yeah, and plus he got some movement. Like, he got mobility. I want to see how Caballero gonna do cutting the ring off and going to the body and shit. That'll also give me a good angle on how he'll do against somebody like Usyk that got the footwork like that. Because, right now he's stopping guys that's pretty much in front of him. Sanchez got some lateral movement, but they said he had an injury going into that fight that limited his mobility. So I'm going to see him in there with somebody a little younger. Frank Sanchez looked like he 50 years old in this motherfucker. Arslan Bekmambetov, he was 35. He was at his best when he was about 30. About 5 years ago, he was a little bit better. Big Bang Zane, come on, the man 40. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him fight somebody a little younger. I'm still impressed, don't get me wrong. These names I'm saying, that's square business. But I want to see him against somebody a little bit younger and see what's up.
Yeah, it's time for him to turn that corner. Yeah, kind of like Anderson. It's time for you to turn that corner. Yeah, the names are big, but you can't rate it a certain way, seeing that they always at a certain age. So, yeah, that would be a good turn to start, because it's going to have to start taking place anyway. anyway, you finna start being in front of these guys. Well, it ain't a bunch of them that moving around like that. But that would be a great test. Parker, somebody that you got to try to cut the ring off on, who moves in and out. He don't just stay in; he's in and out, and rather fast to be a heavyweight. Not a big heavyweight. He's more the size of what I'm kind of used to: 6'3", 6'4" at the most, 210, 215, 220 at the most. Unless it was a George Foreman, those he just kind of size that I'm used to. These big giants, all of a sudden, that's a whole different grab. But things are starting to balance out a little bit more. We'll see how it's gonna break down for him. That boy, Moody Trayweather said Parker looked smooth. By the way, he did look good. Parker's been looking good his last few outings. His outing against Zane, his outing against I think him getting knocked out against
Joyce.
Against Joyce. I think once he woke up and came back from that, he's looked different totally.
He came off a layoff in that fight.
Huh?
He came off a layoff against Joe Joyce. So you got to take that into consideration. So of course his timing gonna be off. He's just gonna be off in general. That's just the nature of layoff. So whenever you see a tough guy and he come off a layoff, this tough guy normally don't get stopped. This will be the time that he might get stopped. It's not guaranteed, but it's a chance that he might get stopped, because that's when you see the stoppages happening, when they're coming off layoffs. But that man is certified war machine. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the toughest in the game. That's why I got so much respect for him, man. I got respect for all the Iron Men and all the war machines. I like him so much, I be wanting to post him every motherfucking week in the Discord to just give him some shine. Because I know the average people not gonna give him no credit. But if I see somebody that's just tough as a motherfucker, got a good chin, got great stamina, can take all kind of punishment, just don't give a damn, he gonna go the distance, I got respect for them guys. And Parker, one of them dudes, man. It's just that he'll cut above because he can actually beat your ass too. But he's extremely tough, man. You know what I'm saying? So I respect that dude, man.
Hats off to Joseph Parker for going out there and getting it done. He been doing it. All I can say, since I seen him and Andy fight, he pretty much been doing it all the way. They gave AJ help when he fought him because the referee wouldn't let him fight on the inside. The referee kept breaking that up. But for the most part, Parker has always stepped out there in the ring every fight that I've seen and showed improved. He showed improved every time. Every time. The only time I seen him lose was, honestly, was to the Juggernaut.
Look when he fought Zane. Zane hit him with two left hands right on the chin and dropped my guy. And he got right back up and got right back to work. That's who Joseph Parker is, man. Tough as a motherfucker.
I'm gonna go out on the ledge right now and say Joseph Parker gonna be a champion. He gonna have one of those belts.
I always said I felt like he deserved to be one, because like D-Lo said last time when he fought against Joshua had a police escort and that motherfucker helping him in the fight. And I felt like Joseph Parker had his moments, man. He was putting hands on that boy in spots, had him against the ropes, getting off work, and the referee come stop the action for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if it was just fair, one-on-one, I think Parker had action. It's quite business. Well, yeah, salute to Parker, man. He's still in the game. He's still holding it down. Hopefully, you get him an opportunity.
If they give him an opportunity, I'm willing to believe that he'll squeeze it out. I'm willing to believe that. If they put him in front of Daniel Dubois, I believe that'd be a serious battle. But I have to lean toward Parker in taking it.
Yeah, I mean, I can see him winning. The only thing is they have common opponents, and Dubois performed better than Parker against those common opponents. Like Joe Joyce is one of them, for example. Like when Dubois fought Joe Joyce, he was winning the rounds for the most part. I know Joyce was getting off his jab, but the power punches were being landed by Dubois. He was throwing combinations. He was going to the body, and then them jabs caught up to him and caved his eye in, and the fight got stopped. I think it was KO 9. When Parker fought against Joe Joyce, Parker wasn't winning the rounds for the most part. Joe Joyce was winning the rounds, and he just consistently broke him down. Even though I still got to throw in the variable that he was coming off a layoff, so maybe that can account for that. But if I just look at it in a raw way, just straight raw data, I got to say that in that common opponent matchup, I think Dubois did a little bit better. That's why this week in the Challenge Ross, I went on ahead and took Dubois. I was very conflicted. I wanted to take Parker, but when I just looked at the shit, I thought I had to go with Dubois. Even though on my pedigree scale, Parker is ahead on the pedigree scale because he's a 4.5. The only thing that Dubois fought in, he was 69-6, and he fought in the Summer Olympics or some shit like that. He didn't fight in the major shit the way that Parker did. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They're going a little bigger in those tournaments. That going a little bigger is a little more experience. It gets you a little more. I'm recognizing, the differences, from the teacher. Hey, this right here mean this mean here. You good in this one, but if you go to this game over here, you go to the games over there, you usually coming out smelling a little better after it's all said and done.
Oh yeah,
Banks,
yeah. Especially like if you hear Summer Olympics and shit. Dubois is actually one of the only people that I've heard that won gold at the Summer Olympics that's worth a fuck. Most of them other dudes, they be getting their asses kicked. It was this one, I want to say his last name was Itama, not that Moses Itama. He next up. That's a bad motherfucker. But it's another one. I think he got a brother, or maybe I'm thinking about another set of brothers. But I want to say they fought this damn, they fought a Argentinian fighter that had about 10 losses. If Hyphy offered her, that motherfucker know who I'm talking about. And that dude took straight right hands all night. We had bet on the fight. We had the dude that won at the Summer Olympics. He went out there and got his ass toe off the frame, straight right hands all night long. Damn, I can't think of the name, but it's a set of two brothers. One of them real good. The other one that got his ass whooped. And that's the one that was a Summer Olympic gold medalist. So most of the time, that don't mean shit. You see that, let that go on one ear and out the other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You say went out there and got tore off the frame.
Yeah. Straight right hands all night. Couldn't get away from it.
Ooh. That'd be some crazy looking stuff too when you can't get away from the punch that's furthest away from you. Banks unfiltered said Parker would murk AJ in the rematch. That go Hyphy stepped in. He said, I remember that that fight, the Moses brothers.
What's the dude name that got his ass whooped by the Argentinian fighter, man? I don't know why I keep thinking Will Moderna or some shit for the name of the Argentinian fighter, but he had about 10 losses and he hit this dude with straight right hands all night long and knocked out the prospect. You know what I'm saying?
But why he come up with that? Muhammad Al-Kael fighting against Gomez. Gomez didn't stand a chance against that dude. He was out punched, out quick, he was out everything. He did land a good overhand right. And your boy Muhammad ate that up and convinced to just if that was a showcase fight, Muhammad took full advantage of it. He took full advantage of being able to showcase his speed, his skills, his ring generalship, everything against Gomez. Gomez just couldn't catch up with it.
I don't even know what fight you talking about. It was on Riyadh. It was on the Riyadh card.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about one of them earlier fights? Okay, I ain't really get off into them until the the main thing was starting to start. I got up in there about Parker. I'm not Parker, but Joshua Boatsy versus Callum Smith. I think that's about the time I locked in.
Okay. Now they had some pretty decent fights throughout.
Yeah, it was just in the background. I was trying to get my my ambiance on point. You know what I'm saying? Get my shit
Right.
right and tight. Get my food together. Get my bud together. Get my vaporizer cleaned up so it be ready to go. All that type of shit, just so I can sit down and lose all my motherfucking bets and lose all my picks on the Champ Ross. See, but one thing about that I like though is because I'm one of them people that'll come in here and keep it 100 with you. I come in here and talk shit and brag when I win and when I'm right, but at the same time, if I get my ass whooped, I'm coming there and say that too. So that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? I got my back pockets kicked up to my collar, huh? That's what you said happened with them Chiefs. Them Chiefs got their back pockets kicked to the top of their head.
Boy got pockets kicked up to your shoulders.
I got my back pockets kicked up to my collar, nigga.
God, now you walking around with your shit on your neck.
I'm telling you, man, I had to lay down for about 2 days, man, to sleep that shit off. I'm really just now starting to feel normal. And Yassin sending me odds and shit this morning. I had made a couple of picks. I'm sitting up there feeling like I got the audacity to be sitting up here making picks and betting on fights after the type of weekend that I just had. But thank God it's not Riyadh season because I'm just trash on Riyadh and I'm trash on Pro Box. Even though I did win some money on Pro Box this past weekend because I had that Anthony Cuba guy. Salute to him. He went out there and whooped that dude ass that were trying to bully him at the weigh-in. So I did okay on the Pro Box this week. But going into Riyadh, that shit was a disaster.
So you saying Riyadh season kind of got a little kryptonite sprinkled inside of it for you? Just had you a little thrown off.
Riyadh season is tough, but what I'm noticing is actually the matchups be so close on Riyadh season and Pro Box. It appears that if you just bet underdogs, you'll win profit because the matchmakers do such a good job of making 50-50 type of matchups that if you're getting plus odds on a coin flip, basically, so like if you're getting 2-1 on the coin flip, and me and you flip a coin, if I win $2. If you win $1. I'm going to take all your money in the long run. So we getting so many 50-50 type of matchups that I think it's profitable just to bet the underdogs.
So Riyadh season might have its plus and make you look at it like that. The matches are coming in so tight and so close. It's actually what people want to see as far as fans. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. This could be a great fight every time the bell rings. They could be, we could be getting that push like that, which would be right off the hinges. Clean off the hinges.
You know what? I was thinking something too. This might sound very unpopular, but the way Better B looked this past weekend, it looked like he started to show a little age to me. If he didn't show age, I was thinking maybe he just didn't take the guy as seriously as he did the first time. And that's one reason why I don't like rematches, because they have different variables. They have variables where a man don't take the guy as seriously this time. The other opponent, they coming for revenge and all that type of shit. So those are extra variables. But the way, if this is actually some age that showed up, because I thought I saw it at the weigh-in, I saw a little extra pudginess. I went and looked at the weigh-in weights. He weighed in exactly 175 both times. So I guess I was thinking maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me. But if he is starting to slow down with age, I was thinking, man, that motherfucker Canelo might beat Better B. If Better B comes straight to Canelo like that, and his punches ain't getting off the way they used to, like he's still getting off, but they not having the same effect as they once did. Like even in his last fight. Like this dude, he was beating people down to the motherfucking ground, and it would be with punches that didn't look like he was getting body weight behind him. Like I remember when he fought against Marcus Brown. He had Brown against the ropes, and he was just beating his ass with arm punches. I'm like, if he stepped to Canelo like that, man, Canelo might whoop his motherfucking ass. Like he gonna go straight to him, cause like against Canelo, you got to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Like you got to show him a trick or two. That's how you beat Canelo. I don't see people coming straight to Canelo with no tricks, nothing special, just doing some basic type shit and beating Canelo. I ain't never seen that happen. Canelo normally whoop folks like that ass. If you want to beat Canelo, you need to be like a Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Show him a little something. Bivol gonna get out there laying 40% of his punches, but his opponent's only laying 12% of their punches. And that's the kind of shit that beat Canelo. If you're gonna be right there in front of a man, throwing arm punches and not really getting your body weight behind the punches the way that you once did, I think Canelo have a chance at beating him. And if he would have won this fight against Bivol, I wouldn't count out David Benavidez either. That motherfucker young, he mean, dangerous, strong, fast hands. If he right there in front of Beterbiev, and Beterbiev throw his type of punches, and Benavidez throw his punches, them fast ass punches. You know he got fast hands. I would not be surprised if Benavidez got the better of that shit.
Now with the Benavidez, I could agree with you, but with the with Canelo, I would almost be willing to bet, and that's just because I feel like this the kind of fighter that Benavidez is. Him and Bivol, I think I rank them both the same. Fighting Canelo would make him be different, meaning that he would step his game up because this is the so-called best. Even though, because I remember hearing Bivol say the same thing, and I'm just giving this energy to Beterbiev because I believe he just a good he one of those kind of guys. Bivol was like, I go through the motion with some of these other guys, but now I'm fighting Canelo. This is supposed to be the best. I'm gonna show y'all what it is. He didn't really do nothing different than what he was doing with all the other guys. He just stepped on the gas a little more and showed us that Canelo is susceptible to some things. I think Beterbiev, if he was to fight Canelo, I think he'd give Canelo the what for.
I used to think that. I used to think I would take Beterbiev all day long, twice on Sunday. But I think Canelo has graduated to a live dog at the very least against Beterbiev. Because, Father Time is undefeated, man. At some point, you're going to get old, man. You're going to slow down. And I see like footwork and ring IQ beating Canelo. And that's not what I'm getting from Beterbiev. I'm getting a guy that's more in front of you. Now, I do think he deserves to be the favorite in the fight. I'm not saying that Canelo should be favored over Beterbiev, but I do think Canelo got a better chance than what I once thought he did. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I mean, I ain't expecting nobody to agree. That's why I said it's going to be a hot take. But I think that Canelo graduated to a live dog for sure.
Okay. I feel you on that. And if y'all hear the conversation come up somewhere else, y'all know where it started at. It started here first. That boy Moody Trayweather say, Beterbiev look good until the end. Also, bro, look bow-legged too. Huh? I don't know if I ain't see that part. He said Arthur appeared not to be able to take it to the maximum gear like he did last time.
Well, he started off a lot slower last time too, though. That is one thing I got to give him credit for. The first fight, he started a lot slower. And this time, he went in there trying to get a knockout. And the knockout didn't come, and his opponent got one of the best gas tanks in all of boxing. It's amazing the way that this man can move around this ring like this for 12 rounds. And it looked like he can go 15 rounds. It ain't like he gasping for wind in the last round. His stamina is off the charts. And he had too much coming down the stretch for Beterbiev, even though Beterbiev won the 12th round, in my opinion. I actually gave Beterbiev the fight. That's just my scorecard. I'm not crying robbery or nothing like that. I just gave Beterbiev 7 rounds. I gave him the first 6 rounds, and I gave him the 12th round. I know a lot of people disagree. It's all good. I ain't had no problem with Bivol getting the win. I was happy to see him get the win, actually. Bivol a good guy. And plus, he held me down when I was doing all that crowing, talking about him beating Canelo. So I ain't gonna never be mad about Bivol winning. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Bivol.
Yeah, salute to Bivol. That's my boy. He did his thing. Damn it! I was finna say, what was I getting ready to say? As far as the rematch. I wouldn't say that Beterbiev took Bivol light or anything, but I would say that who had the most to learn from the first fight? Bivol. Bivol had the most to learn from the fight because I kept saying he stepped off the gas. He believed he didn't do enough, and I believe his thinking. I'm gonna just take the credit and say I think we was thinking along the same line of him stepping off the gas. And in order to do something different, which wouldn't be different, is just add some more punches to what you already do. And I think that's what he worked on, and that's what he did. I think the stamina has always been there. I think the first fight he just slipped up. He thought that he had did enough, and he was just gonna go ahead and go to cruise to victory. And he learned a lesson. You can't cruise to victory. You got to keep on pressing the gas until the bell ring. So
see, but that takes away the dynamic of the fight, though. Like, of course, you can step on the gas coming down the stretch of your opponent and use all his energy early. If Beterbiev fought the same strategy the first time, where you start off slow and then he pick it up as the fight goes, could Bivol pick it up coming down the stretch? It would be different. Beterbiev used his energy early, and Bivol kind of rope-a-doped him a little bit, like he let him throw all that hard shit early, and then he did what he did coming down the stretch. And I definitely think Beterbiev had at least a little bit of looking past him in this fight, because you done already went out there and beat the man. The man after the fight, Bivol went up there and told him, like, look, man, you was the one that I was looking up to when I joined the national team and all this kind of shit. Bivol done been his little brother all these years. Not like they got love for each other, but what I'm saying is Beterbiev was the dude that was on top, and Bivol was the one looking up to him. So you go out there and beat the man won't even look at you. He acting like he's scared of you and shit all the time. That's one reason why I took Beterbiev. How can you not underestimate the guy a little bit? You ain't gonna look at him as the hardest fight of your life and you coming off a victory over him. That's one reason why I don't like rematches. I just do not like those extra variables going into fights. But I mean, everybody gonna have their opinion, but I just know how rematches go. Like I don't know how many rematches we done bet in Champ Ross. Salute to my niggas that stay in Champ Ross with me knee deep every motherfucking season. I don't know how many fights we done picked. We done picked over 1,000 fights though. Like it's well over 1,000 fights. I done been in there since, like, I've been taking it seriously since like season 10 or some shit like that. I'm pretty sure we done got over 1,000 fights that we done picked. And rematches are always an area that's murky because they have different variables at play. So yeah, whenever I see a dude win the first time and they go into a rematch, it's gonna be a little bit of that variable there where they kind of looking past this guy. They not looking at him as the hardest, toughest, most important fight of their life.
Yeah, that's human nature. You got to win over the person already. You do have an automatic stance to say, "Oh, I can beat this person," even if you don't really speak it. It's embedded in your mind, your way of thinking somewhere in there, because you did it before already.
And then after the fight, what did he say after the fight?
Who Beterbiev?
What did Beterbiev say after the fight?
You mean after they shook their hands the first time?
I'm talking about after the fight when they did the interview in the ring. What did he say?
Oh, I didn't listen to it.
He said that I didn't even want to take this fight. He said he did it. He did it. I think he did it for sport or some shit like that. He said he didn't even want to take this fight. Now you mean to tell me that's not a variable? So the man, because he felt like he won the first time, like ain't no need for all this shit. I already beat this man. So now he got to come back for the rematch and he got to get up for the guy again. And after the fight, he said, "Man, I really didn't even want to take this fight." Shit, that's a variable if I ever heard one.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
I honestly, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear him make that statement, but I'm glad you bring it up. He said, Eric Gall said, "I agree that Beterbiev would turn up for Canelo." Then he agreed that's fair about the conversation he was having. He said, "I think Beterbiev and Bivol look at Canelo like Leonidas looked at Xerxes at 300. they didn't respect him at all. John Scully stated multiple times Bivol couldn't fight any better, while Arthur could. So they weren't prepared for Bivol to be better. That's from Hyphy. Well, Bivol did fight better though. So Scully was wrong because he did fight better. He did more than what he did in the first fight.
See, but that once again, you taking away the dynamic of the fight. I think he did the exact same shit, and Better Beef is the one that did something different. The first fight, once again, let me break this down again. Better Beef started slow in the first fight, and he built up his attack as the fight went on. What that does is conserve energy. So coming down the stretch, Better Beef won the last 3 rounds. He conserved energy early, and he was able to use that energy later on down the fight. This fight, Better Beef started out trying to knock him out. As a matter of fact, Gil Coles posted in Discord, he said Better Beef about to knock Bivol out. And that's the way it looked at that time, because he was all over Bivol. The odds with the live betting was high in Better Beef's favor. Better Beef was like a 7-1 favorite or some shit at this time, like after the first 6 rounds, because it looked like he was about to knock him out. So now he done got tired. You see him in the corner breathing hard and shit. So now Bivol don't have to do more. All he got to do is be himself. Like the first time coming down the stretch, you got Bivol against an energized Better Beef because he conserved his energy early on. The second time you got Bivol versus a tired Better Beef. So just because Bivol did better and he won the fight, he deserved to win the fight. I ain't doing no tripping on that. That don't mean he did more. That means that the dynamic of the fight was he got a tired man at the end of the fight. And that was the major swing. That was the major difference in the fight.
Okay, I see what you guys are saying, and I see what you're saying. I'm changing the dynamic of the fight. I feel what you're saying.
Yeah, see, the way you explaining it is that it was the exact same shit the first time, except Better Beef just rose to the occasion and just and he did what he had to do. I'm not trying to hate on Bivol. I don't want to sound like I'm trying to hate on him or nothing. I'm just analyzing the fight. When I listen to you, it sounded like it was just on Bivol. Bivol just took it up from a 9 to a 10, and it was just all on him. But that takes away the strategy that Better Beef had. I think if Better Beef would have fought the second fight the way he fought the first fight, where he started off a little bit slower, not trying to get a knockout, just trying to go out there and win the rounds, I think it's a different type of dynamic coming down the stretch. I'm not guaranteeing that Better Beef would have won. Maybe Bivol would have took it from a 9 to a 10. I don't know. But he didn't have to. He had a tired man in front of him. When it was about the 8th round or something like that, I started feeling cooked. Because I'm sitting up there looking at Better Beef when he go to his corner. He breathing hard as a motherfucker in the corner. And if you a puncher, man, you going out there, you trying to knock somebody out, and then the knockout don't come, you don't think you're going to be in trouble? Shit, nigga, that's part of the game. That's why I always say, I would take stamina over anything in boxing. I know it's important to have speed, power, ring generalship with your footwork, have some intelligence, but guess what? Don't none of that shit mean nothing if you get tired. That's why the coach for Sugar Shane Mosley, what's the coach, the old coach for him from Philadelphia, the one that passed away, R.I.P.
Brother Nassim Richardson.
There we go. He said the greatest attribute of Floyd Mayweather was his stamina. That was his greatest strength in the ring. You know what I'm saying? And what they say, fatigue makes cowards of us all. That motherfucker Better Beef got tired coming down the stretch, and his ass was in trouble. They used it all up early.
Like I said, I get y'all argument, and I listen to the way I'm putting it out. I can see how y'all can feel like, you know, it was me kind of being a little biased. And I am, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I am a little bit. But I guess my argument is more to people who were saying that, who said that he couldn't do anything better or different. I'm like, honestly, when you look at this rematch, maybe they both took something different from it. That's why they both reacted, in my opinion, different. Yeah, Arthur came out and he was trying to get all over Bivol early. I don't know. Maybe he saw something in the first fight. He's like, you know what? I can get this dude out of here. So that's what I'm going to do. Bivol might have saw something that had him to react the way he reacted. I guess I'm just pointing out more of what Bivol did because I hear more of he couldn't have did anything better than more than what he did in the first place. And I'm like, yeah, he could. He could have threw some more punches. He could have let go of his hands a lot more.
What's the
Better
numbers?
be if
What's the numbers? When you say what you're saying, what's the numbers? What's the numbers from the first fight and the second fight to tell us that he threw and landed more punches?
I can't give you that.
Exactly.
I have to go look at. Okay, let me put it like this: he appeared to throw more punches and engage more with Arthur when Arthur was stepping to him more. It seemed like he did that more because I agree. I kept saying that he got off the gas in the first fight. When Arthur was coming forward and letting his hands go, he was just moving around the ring. This time it looked like he fought him more. That's what resonated in my memory.
Yeah, I could give you some numbers to explain what I'm talking about. In the first fight, Arthur was behind on the scorecards early in the fight. Bivol was on top. And Arthur Beterbiev, he had to win the rounds down the stretch, including the last 3 rounds to get the win. This time he started off in the lead. That's why the people that were scoring the fight, they had Arthur Beterbiev ahead after the first 6 rounds. The live betting reflected Arthur Beterbiev being ahead early in the fight. So that's a complete flip. The first time he was behind. The second time he's ahead. So that shows you a clear change in tactics. Like the first time he started off slow and worked his way into the fight. This time he started off extremely fast and he tried to get a knockout. And the knockout didn't come. So now he in trouble. He out there tired as a motherfucker. Like he didn't even look like the same guy in the second half of the fight. He started looking sloppy right there in front of him, taking obvious punches. His work rate wasn't the same. Like he had a drastic decline in work rate after the 6th round. Like you can look at some data and see the numbers on what's taking place. So like what I'm saying, it ain't even subjective. Like I'm saying, it's my opinion, but it's really not even subjective. Like it clearly shows that he started out fast in the rematch.
And I can say, appreciate you bringing the numbers out because that would go fittingly to what I was saying about Bivol in the first fight. You said he was winning the first fight, right? From the numbers.
Yeah, he was winning early in the first fight.
Right. And it was toward the middle and toward the end of the fight that he started losing, which also fits the part where I said he got off the gas.
Yeah, see, but you're not including Beterbiev though. So that means that Beterbiev started off slow and then he started picking up momentum as the fight goes on. So even if he don't get off the gas, quote unquote, you got a man that's coming on strong. So now this time you got a man that came on strong early and spent all his gas money. He needs snaps on the petrol. Going into the second half of the fight, does that mean that you got to turn up on him, or can you just be yourself? If you in the ring with a man that's dead tired, needs snaps on the petrol, do you have to turn up on him, or can you just be yourself and win rounds?
You're gonna be who you need to be. I guess the best thing to look at it and say is because they had the rematch, we listened to what both of them said after the fight, the first fight, and drawing a conclusion of what they came in the second fight. They pretty much gauged each other's performance as I needed to do more here. Beterbiev probably thought that maybe if I come out a little faster, I will get the knockout. Maybe I didn't get the knockout because I started off slow in the first fight. That could have played, for all as we know, that could have played a big role in the way he started off and ended up spinning himself. Because if you're looking for a knockout, you confident you're going to get one. I don't think you not getting it is a thought that come into mind. Because if it was, you probably wouldn't do it and spend all your energy and end up looking gassed in almost the very middle part of the fight.
Well,
Like you said, he going to the corner, breathing hard, looking at the lights. He kept looking up, like he was like, "Damn, how much more time left on the clock?" But I could honestly say, seeing him breathing hard, I did say, "Dang, that's the first time I could remember seeing him breathe like that in the corner." He usually looked real calm and everything like that. His face was still calm, but the way he was breathing, you could see he was taking in a lot. The breath is a lot deeper, and his corner seemed a little more chatty than usual. They calmness wasn't as much there.
Yeah, coming into the fight, both fighters said they wanted to do better. Bivol said he wanted to do better, and Better Beef said he wanted to do better. And I think that was his attempt to be better, to go out there and try to put some hurt on him early. But it didn't work out for him. This motherfucker Bivol is definitely an Iron Man. You got to put him at the top of the list as far as Iron Man. Like, he went the distance against Artur Beterbiev twice, and he showed one of the best gas tanks in all of boxing. Like, man, who got a better gas tank than Bivol? Maybe you could say Usyk or something, because Usyk is moving more pounds around. But man, I don't know if I can put anybody ahead of Bivol when it comes to his gas tank. He is a straight up Iron Man. And he came down the stretch. He had energy in the tank, even though he was doing all that moving. Beterbiev actually landed body punches in this fight. He didn't really go to the body the first time, but he went to the body this time. And the man still had a remarkable gas tank left. It was amazing to watch. That motherfucker out there sliding and gliding. He looked like Roger Federer out there or something on the tennis court. Just gliding, sliding. You know what I'm saying? Hey, salute to the man for his gas tank. I sincerely believe that's what won him the fight. Because in the first fight, I never saw Beterbiev look tired. But now in the second fight, I see him clearly looking tired. And the other guy ain't looking tired. Man, if you ever been in a boxing ring, there ain't a worse feeling in the world than feeling tired and your opponent don't seem tired at all. I don't care if you sparring. I don't care if you're in a real fight. That sucks. And you ain't got nowhere to go. Ain't nobody gonna help you. All them days that you had an opportunity to wake up in the morning and get your road work in, when the motherfuckers was running with the stopwatch and shit, and you falling behind, you ain't staying up with the crew. All that shit coming to roost now. Yeah, nigga, you should have put your work in. Now you're tired. And your opponent fresh out there. He gonna whoop your ass too, nigga. Ain't nothing you can do.
This for being coach's pet. You think I don't know coach like you a little more than he like me? Take this. They put a little extra on it when y'all sparring, huh?
Yeah, but like when I hear stories about Mayweather, like they say Mayweather take out running at 3 a.m. I see that as that's motivational. That's somebody that's inspired, but there's also somebody that respects the game. And he understands that the worst thing that can happen in the boxing ring is to get tired. Because if you get tired, all your gifts mean nothing. I don't give a fuck if you the fastest, you the strongest, you got the most power. I don't give a damn. If you get tired, it's over with. And I think there was a little bit of a rope-a-dope in there for Bivol in this fight right here. I think he knew that motherfucker was gonna come strong. He let him come with his shit early, and he just weathered the storm. He took a few shots, he took some body shots, he ate that shit. Stayed on the move. He put him in check a few times, land some punches on to get some work off. But for the most part, it was about that energy. You burning all the energy trying to kill something. You loading up on every punch. Look like you out there snarling and trying to knock the motherfucker out. And then that shit don't come. Now the boxing match done started. Yeah, you tired now, huh? What? It's moving and grooving. What? Moving and grooving, winning rounds in this motherfucker. That's what it looked like to me.
That boy went out there and did the spread a stare on him, moving smooth with his feet, getting out of distance, out of range when Bill Better Bill trying to attack, and out of nowhere just plant his feet, and take some of this, take some of that, take some of this. I mean, some good solid shots, because I was listening to the sounds of the punches that both of them were throwing, and it sounded different from the first fight. Both of they punches had some nice little thud sounds behind them. As Hyphy was saying, he said there was little adjustment. There was very little adjustment made from fight one to fight two. However, the pace was the difference. Stamina was the main factor.
I agree.
Not,
all day.
I'm not disagreeing or anything. It's just y'all know my assessment of how I look at stuff. I get excited. I'm gonna be a little crunk with it to dance. Bill my guy. You know that. Y'all know that I like the boxer guy. And I felt like he could beat him. I'm just looking at, I'm not saying that Arthur didn't do anything different. The only thing he did wrong, in my opinion, was come out and burn up his gas tank like that, shooting for the stars and not, you should have shot for the moon instead and just, got close to the stars and kept that energy. Probably would have saw a whole different fight. Don't really know. All we know is what we can go off of what decisions they made to fight the fight. And he thought that he could come out and go hard and fast instantly and probably catch Bivol and get him out of there. I don't know what would have given him that idea, except for when Bivol had, in my opinion, got off the gas in the first fight. It seemed like Arthur caught up to him. Arthur was getting some punches in, had him bouncing off the ropes, trapped him a couple of times, things like that. Maybe that's what he thought he could get early in the fight. I don't know. But whatever happened, Bivol came out on top. So it seemed like I'm riding more with what he did. I kind of might be a little bit, but it was a good fight on both sides. I would also say
in the first fight, Beterbiev was coming in off an injury, and it looked like he was a lot more deliberate with his actions in the ring. And this time he came in healthier, and it looked like he was just willing to take more chances and to burn more energy. You know what I'm saying? So it seemed like that gift was a little bit of a curse because, like I said, the first time he was a little bit more deliberate. And I think that contributed to him fighting at a slower pace and conserving strength. And also just in general in boxing, like if we take it away from Beterbiev and Bivol, if you have a guy that got a bunch of knockouts and he go against a guy that don't have as many knockouts and he done went the distance a lot of the time that guy without the knockouts will have an advantage. Beterbiev knocking out everybody. He hasn't went deep in fights a lot. He went deep in the fight against Bivol, of course, in the first fight, and he also got a late knockout over somebody else. I can't think of who it was. It was like a KO 10, KO 9, or something like that. But he don't have a lot of experience going 12. See, Bivol, he got that experience going 12. He's a well-seasoned vet when it comes to going 12 rounds. And I think that also played a factor in this fight. You know what I'm saying? Just having that experience going all the rounds, going the distance, that can go against the power puncher that always knock people out in 3, 4, 5 rounds and shit.
Moody Trayweather said Bivol was moving left and right. I know that was a headache for Arthur. And he kept that lateral movement pretty much going throughout the whole night. But it come down to it, like Trey said, the dude's stamina and gas tank is remarkable to be able to move that much in a fight and still, in my opinion, not show any decay in your technique or what have you. Still keeping your hands up, still letting your hands go, still having a wherewithal to be looking for certain punches to be thrown at you while moving.
Yeah, but like specifically though, like he talking about going left and right, and a lot of fighters can't do that. They can only go one way. If you got a guy that can go both ways and stop on a dime and get off some offense, that shit can give you problems. I remember when Oshaki Foster, he fought against Eduardo Rocky Hernandez, and he moved the exact same way the whole motherfucking fight. I'm talking about drove me crazy with that bullshit. He did get a stoppage in the 12th round. You know, he had to get an emergency knockout to pull the fight out. But he just made that fight so easy for Rocky because he kept on moving the exact same direction. Same thing with Regis Prograis. Regis Prograis, when he fought against the Puerto Rican fighter, maybe he Dominican. I know he won bronze at the Central American and Caribbean Games. What's that motherfucking name, man? He gave Prograis a tough fight, man. A lot of people thought he beat Prograis. This was before Prograis fought against Devin Haney. Danielito Zorrillo. Zorrillo was like that. Zorrillo can move left and he can move right. And when you get off in there with a guy like that, that motherfucker can present some problems. So you like some fighters, they like if you're a right-handed fighter, you might see them moving to their left, to your right, majority of the time, because that's the direction of the jab hand. So when they moving and they grooving with their jab and shit, they like to move to their left. But when you got a dude that can move left and move right and come with offense, that shit can get you fucked up out there. So I think that's what he's talking about specifically.
Okay. And I remember that fight, the Oshaki Foster fight, and I remember you complaining about that same thing that you spoke about because he kept circling in one direction. Because I remember saying, well, he kept his head off the line, and you like, yeah, but he kept going to his right. That shit was driving me crazy because he could have went to the left. He could have made this fight so much easier.
Oh,
I remember
man, that was me. He could have made that fight so much easier if he was able to go left and go right, go both directions. But he made himself so predictable by going one way. So, yep, that I definitely was saying that for sure.
Yeah, I remember that clearly. That boy Eric Ross said he acting like Clubber Lang in Rocky 3. All I can say is, it was a good fight for me. I enjoyed getting a chance to see the two dudes that's undisputed at light heavyweight. They fought, the belts went one way. They fought again, the belts is going another way. Seems like they're going to have a trilogy. Don't know how that's going to unfold. Heck, might even see a knockout. But I'll be sitting front and center to watch it. Hyphy made one of the best statements, and you reminded me of it about Turkey having, how you say it, that he's selling a half ounce, PBC selling it for one price, Turkey selling it for 20s.
No, he said the PBC, they selling 8s for 60. And he say Turkey Al Sheik, they got zips for 20.
There it is.
Yeah, they got 8s of that outdoor shit, man. Maybe some greenhouse on a good day. And Turkey Al Sheik, he got zips of that endo for 20. So they got the block sold up, nigga. They got that blue magic. They got the most potent shit for the cheapest price.
That boy Bivol, the champ, man. He's a champ. Yep. Sitting there just happy. That's how it should be in the first fight. That's how I believe it should have been.
No, I think Better Be deserved to win in that first one. We ain't gonna rewrite history. I know I know a lot of people thought they felt like he won though. I definitely don't think it was a robbery. If Bivol was to get the win in the first fight, I wouldn't have complained too much. But I thought Better Be won the first time. But Bivol showed something. He came back with something. Came back in extremely top tier shape, outstanding shape. Mastered that work. Made an adjustment in my mind because, like, to me in the first fight, he tried to stand his ground early on. And this time he didn't try to stand his ground too much. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker went out there and just went with the flow. Like, okay, you want to take off and be first? Okay, go ahead and be first. Go ahead and throw all that shit. That's all you got? That's it? All right, come on with some more shit. All for about 5-6 rounds. Yeah, throw all that shit. Throw the whole motherfucking kitchen sink. And then as soon as you start breathing hard, now you're breathing hard. All right, let me go ahead and get my shit out there and come with something. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it looked like to me, man. I can't do nothing but respect that. Like I said, it was some rope-a-dope type shit to me.
I feel you. We both getting the same picture, just describing it a whole different way. It was somebody. Oh, do you feel like Shakur did a good job? Because I know I heard some people they still trying to pick at the man's win. I feel like he did his. I think he did his thing, and he looked good doing it.
Do y'all remember Mayweather versus Jesus Chavez? That's what the fight was to me. It was Mayweather versus Jesus Chavez. I'll never forget when they fought. Me and my mom had went to Church's Chicken and got us a big box of chicken, and we came back and watched Mayweather versus Jesus Chavez. Mayweather hurt both his hands. Every single time he hit the man, he actually got his first knockdown in this fight because he hit the motherfucker, and then he reached down and put both his gloves on the canvas, and they called it a knockdown. Even though he didn't get hit, his gloves touched the canvas. But that was because of the pain that he had off in his hands and shit. So it wasn't a great performance by any means. I mean, he did what he had to do. He got out of there with a win and shit. But at the end of the day, his hands were the story of the fight. And I felt the same way in this Shakur fight. I mean, it's tough to have a short notice opponent as it is. I mean, you're getting ready to fight one type of opponent, and then 4 days before the fight, you got to fight a whole different type of opponent. And your hands is fucked up. You be getting surgery and shit. Your hands is hurting every time you hit the man. You're wincing and all that kind of shit. I was just happy to see him get out of there with a win, and it happened to be a stoppage. When Mayweather fought Jesus Chavez, he won by decision. But he went out there and went to the body, got a stoppage. And that's also a good education for him, too, because this might not be the last time that he hurts his hand. So whenever you hurt your hands, fuck the headshots, let's go to the body. That's why we got gloves in the first place, to protect the hands. Back in the day, like back in the bare knuckle days, it wasn't a lot of headshots. They was mainly going to the heart, to the liver, to the solar plexus, and to the spleen. Softer parts of the body that did a bunch of damage. You know what I'm saying? Liver shots and shit, that fuck you up. But it was to protect their hands. If they keep on going to the head and shit, they gonna fuck their hands up. So it's more profitable to go to the body. And Shakur had that experience. He got in the fight, hands messed up, in a lot of pain. But let's dig shots to the body. Let's go to the motherfucking solar plexus. Let's go to the liver. Let's go to the spleen on the motherfucker. I thought that was a good experience for him, man. I ain't got no complaints about Shakur or Josh Padley.
Yeah, but you're gonna have the clowns they're gonna make up some crap, try to shoot him down. I agree. I'm riding in the car with you on that one. My boy did his thing and he looked good doing it. The baby world beater, still the baby world beater. And if you can't understand that, too damn bad. Oh, let me go ahead and get his picture up there so we can see the punch that he used to end the fight against old Josh. There it is right there. That's the shot that ended it all. That's the shot that ended it all. We've been getting an abnormal number of body shots that end fights.
Yeah, normally body shot knockouts are actually kind of rare. That's why I don't count it against fighters when they take one. Like I don't remove your Iron Man status too much if you take a body shot knockout, because that's just shit. It's just a reflex. You get hit in the liver or something, your body reflex is to want to lay horizontally on the motherfucking ground. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, if your body shut down, I can't even hold that against you too much. But at the same time, if you are one of them guys that can take them shots and get back up and keep going, I just give you a plus. Like Arturo Gatti when he fought against Mickey Ward. Mickey Ward sat him down with a liver shot, a hellacious liver shot. This man got up. Like, you just got to give them a special category. You know what I'm saying? But for the average tough man, if he take a body shot knockout, I don't hold it against him too much.
I don't know what kind of pain it is. I had to pull muscle with my back that was like hell to do some certain movements. And I'm just wondering if it feels like that and it's a constant pain for a couple of seconds. Oh man, that's terrible. Oh, that's terrible. I don't know if I get up. I'll probably be like, man, y'all might well go get one of those things to carry me to the back, because I ain't moving no more. Y'all got me. I don't know what you counting for. This shit over with.
Yeah, them
Calm.
body shots ain't no joke, man. You got your money out there, some motherfucker take a body shot and go down to a knee, your stomach just drop to your feet because you already know what time it is. Body shots are the number one indicator of a knockout, though, of a stoppage. Not necessarily body shot stoppages, but I mean stoppages in general. For example, like when we had Adam Kaneki, Kaneki got stopped twice by the Nordic Nightmare Robert Helenius. So when he fought against uh the dude from Croatia, oh man, he fought against FL Job, Ali Demirezen. So he fought against Ali Demirezen, right? So they got Demirezen at minus 500 to get the knockout. So I went and looked at Demirezen, and Demirezen is a straight up head hunter. I'm talking about ain't no body shots, all of them going to the head. So then I looked at the fight that Kaneki had against Helenius. Helenius is not a real big body puncher, but what he has is a straight right hand to the body and is going to the solar plexus, kind of like Shakur Stevenson is doing against Josh Padley right now. So him stabbing Kaneki to the body with the right hand, that shit was opening everything up for him. And he was able to get him out of there twice. But when Kaneki fought against a man that wasn't a prolific body puncher, he was able to go the distance. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, body punches are the number one indicator of stoppages.
Okay, that's nice to know. But I just had to bring that up because Shakur ended that fight with that body shot right there. I specifically went and found the last punch to make Padley say, you know what, I did the best I can, y'all. I did the best I can. Gonna get my check ready. Turkey, I appreciate the crib, but I'll be back. But I'm serious. If that body shot feel anything like a pulled muscle that I had in my back, and I could just imagine that just going for like, what is it, like 10 seconds? That's a pretty long time when you hurt. When something's hurt. Pain for 10 seconds that's like endless. So I can imagine if it feels anything like that. Yeah, I can see me. I'm gonna tell y'all now, tough guy, all that other. I ain't even finna pretend and talk to y'all like that. I'm gonna go and tell y'all now. I'm gonna lay it down. I'm gonna lay it right down, right there on the logo in the middle of the ring. If my body is hurting that bad on the inside because somebody to punch something.
Yeah, I can't really speak on the body punches too much, like on the pain side, because I was fortunate to not never be in a ring with a body snatcher, because I'm fighting amateur, and body punches are mainly like very experienced fighters. Lower level guys normally don't throw a lot of body punches. You know what I'm saying? But on the hurting end though, I have hurt some guys with some body shots and put them on the knee with some shots that didn't even seem that hard. So I do know there is some power in that. Like I was in there with a southpaw one time, slipped a jab, dug a right hand straight to the liver. And it really felt like a routine punch. Like I'm looking for what's coming back. Wasn't nothing coming back. That motherfucker went down off that punch that felt like a light punch. And it was over with. I'm talking about done. One shot, one kill. So that's just an example of especially the liver shot. That's the one I talk about the most. That solar plex is a bad motherfucker too. Don't get me wrong, but that liver shot, that's the special one, man. That is the ultimate button in boxing. That's the number one button to push in boxing, that liver shot.
I had the wind knocked out of me. I'm pretty sure everybody has faced that little turmoil at some point.
Oh yeah.
I can deal with getting the wind knocked out of me. I can deal with that. That's not the pain I'm talking about. The pain I'm talking about that I felt in my back is different than getting the wind knocked out of you. You know not to panic. You straighten up, do a couple of things. That's gonna come back. Your lungs gonna start getting a little oxygen back in them, and you'll be all right. But that pain, nah, I'm bro. First of all, I'm sitting there thinking, this motherfucker hit me right here on purpose. He did this shit on purpose.
Yeah.
As soon as I get right, we will have to deal with this. But right now, coach, just call my mama.
Hey, I can also say this though. Body shots can be the most overblown shit too. in boxing. I done got hit with some shots to the body that I promise that I didn't feel at all, but it sounded off real loud. So everybody going, ooh, like a motherfucker that hit me in the body and it sounded like, bow. So everybody in there like, ooh, like he done really fucked me up with something. Like, bro, I promise to God on my life, God can strike me right now. Those punches, I did not feel that shit. But they got everybody going crazy thinking that he done really put something on me. Like that's the one thing that I could not stand about a body punch. But like I said, I was just fortunate, I guess, to not be in there with a body puncher. But I will say this though. Maybe I was a little bit tougher than like the average guy too, because I promised on my life, I let a man go to the body on me in Oak Cliff one time. Home of Champions. It was a guy that I knew because I used to train at that gym. Then I went to the gym in Garland, and then we went back to this gym for sparring. And I got off in there, and I let a motherfucker get off to the body. And I promise, I ain't even feel that shit. It was an older dude. Every time he would hit me, he'd say, "Damn, you tough." Then he'll go back and come with some more shit. He'll say, "Damn, you tough." So maybe I was a little bit different. I don't know. But I just never had that experience to where I like just took devastating body shots and I just went to a knee or like I never felt that shit. But I definitely hated when people would hit me in the body and it might have been like a partially open glove or something and it sounded real loud and people thought that I got hit with a hard punch that I didn't even feel.
Well, you know what they call that? That's the shit that make you a playground legend. You done got hit with something, everybody got, ooh, but you didn't really feel it. That's the stuff legends are made of. You know, you just go ahead and wear that as a badge of honor. Yeah, I heard it too. You know, that didn't even fade. Oh, they gonna look at me like, dang, whatever. You know, that's how Bria left that mystique right there. You're supposed to ride that way, bro. You're supposed to ride that way. I saw plenty playground legends blow up because of stuff like that. Just is what it is.
Nah,
but I ain't saying that.
I don't want no impression out there like this motherfucker to put something on me that was just devastating. I don't even want that perception going on. Like, nah, that was nothing. And let me show you what something look like. And I'm gonna put something on their ass. That's what happened. Shit. And
see, that's what I'm saying. They saying, man, that boy hit Trey with that thunderous shot. Trey shook that shit off and just started dropping bombs on him, left, right, and uppercuts and overhand right. Old boy laying down in the corner like a baby blanket that been soiled. You walking away in victory, and they talking about, man, that's what happened when you mess around and hit Trey hard, and that's what's gonna happen after that. That's legend shit.
I ain't really think about it like that. I still don't feel that way. Like, nah, nigga, I don't want you getting no kind of edge on nothing. Unless it's some real shit. If it's some real shit, I ain't got no problem. But if you hit me with something that I don't feel, nah, fuck that.
Yeah, I can see right now. You kind of rough around the edge. Eric, you gonna be in charge of public publicity and stuff like that, coming up with the good characteristics and things to say about this man's great power, speed, and agility. I'm gonna go ahead and stand in front of many cameras as I can and let them know we ready for an opportunity right now. We'll step over Schofield, we'll beat down the Normans, and we'll smash Crawford. Trey X ready for any and everything. Right now, we good enough to go 15 rounds. Who want it?
Nigga, I'm 40 years old. I'll get my ass toe off the frame in that motherfucker. Hey, I'll tell you one thing though. I wouldn't go out like Jermell Charlo versus Canelo. Y'all wouldn't be saying that about me. I'm gonna get in there and do my best. I'm too big for them dudes you just named though. Not saying I'm too big like I'll beat them, but I'm just saying we're not in the same weight class, nigga. Shit, I walk around about 180 now. You know what I'm saying? So I have to get down to about 168 or something like that. Shit, I'll be off in there trying to fight Canelo and them, nigga. Drop the check off, nigga. I'm in there. Shit, whatever happens.
Canelo, easy work. Easy work. Y'all don't know. Yeah, Canelo, easy work. Man, let me tell you, this boy Trey X is the reason Ali came up with the statement about cutting off the light switch and being in the bed before the lights go off. Trey X is what he dreamed about when he saw that. He saw the future of boxing coming.
Now that was actually something I struggled with, man, because like when I first started boxing, I came up in a time where they had Roy Jones, Floyd Mayweather, Sugar Shane Mosley, also James Toney, but him to a lesser degree. But those fighters that I just named, they extremely fast. So that's what we all wanted to be like. We all wanted to be fast like Sugar Shane. So we often hit mitts and shit, and we focusing on trying to be fast instead of punching through the target. And when I was with the Mexicans, they didn't really mind that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like some of them was doing that. But when I met Coach Ball, he was like, nah, fuck that. Like if you throw a jab, for example, you trying to hurt somebody. You ain't throwing the jab just trying to be fast and touch him real quick. Nah, fuck that. You want to punch through his face. You want to try to hurt him with your jab. So he told me, he said, man, you don't have to be blazing fast. It's not about that. Some fighters are like that, you know, like Sugar Shane, them, they blazing fast. But as long as you fast enough to get your punches in there, that's all that matters. So stop trying to be fast. You ain't no Roy Jones. You ain't no Sugar Shane. Just be yourself and you fast enough. And that's okay. That's good enough.
I can see right now when we do any kind of television interviews and stuff like that, we are not going to be able to let Trey X talk. We go.
Well, I'm gonna tell the truth.
we gonna keep his ass away from the microphone. Because we gonna say one thing, he gonna come out there and say something totally different. People gonna be looking like, what's going on? What's going on here?
Yeah, people 100.
He said, "Worst shot to the solar plex I took wasn't even a punch. I was playing tackle football and tackled a tall, skinny dude. He went down weird, and his tailbone hit me in the center of my chest."
Oh man,
whoo! I felt that pain before, but the dude hit me with the crown his helmet, and I felt it hurt for about like the pain that was there because it was bruised. It hurt for like maybe 2.5 weeks. But even that pain don't feel like the pain that I'm describing from that muscle pull in my back, just hurting. I don't think that I felt anything that compared to that. Even when I had got my leg broke, I was able to deal with that. That pain wasn't that's not a pain that I even put on the scale and be like, I have to be like, oh, please help me. I can deal with a broken bone. But that muscle, I'm telling you, trapped between whatever it was trapped between, that when it compressed on it, it hurt. It's like a nerve or something. That pain is so intense, bro.
Like a pressure
pain,
point.
Man, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. I know people say that I can take this and I can take that, and it's a lot of things that people don't really give credence to and think about. That it don't take much to hurt you and make you really feel it. And I realized that with that pain right there, because I keep drawing back to it because I haven't felt anything that hurt worse than that ever in my life, and I've been through some stuff.
Yeah. It hurt more than when you took that you stuck your finger in that hot ass caramel.
Hell yeah, because he brought up something. Oh, dude. Yeah. You mean when I put my finger in that hot ass sugar?
Yeah,
that melted that. Yeah. That hurt, but that hurt was like it was intense, and you know, you could tell at some point it's gonna stop hurting that bad because you could feel a different pulsation, the way it pulsated. But that pain of that muscle between whatever was pushing it, dude, not even a toothache nerve hurts worse than that. They almost might be a tie if somebody just took something.
That toothache a bad motherfucker, boy. I don't know. That toothache.
It is. Ooh, yeah. They might be running neck and neck. Let me see. A toothache just hurting like that. No, that muscle on the inside of that, whatever that is on the inside of your back that was trapped, that's the one. That's the one.
Well, that toothache will change your whole personality. I remember I had a toothache one time. I was with my pops, nigga. We went to Big T Bazaar. This nigga out here trying to point out girls and shit. Talking, look at that car, man. That car clean at it, man. I don't give a fuck about none of that right now, nigga. My tooth hurt. Fuck them hoes. Fuck them cars, nigga. I don't even know why I'm down here. Like, nigga, I ain't trying to hear nothing right now with my tooth hurt. Yeah, that shit changed your whole personality, man.
It make you change the mood of everybody else. We supposed to be having fun. You got an attitude with everything. Everything. The wind blow a little hard. You mad. Cause dude, being up north in Gary, Chicago, stuff like that, when the wintertime comes, that's the worst time to have a nerve problem with one of your teeth. Because that cold air, it just touches your body. It'll make your tooth hurt. And dude, imagine just going somewhere. Nowhere is close when it's snowing outside. When it's snowing outside, you moving at a whole different type speed, so nothing is close. And you know, you coming up in the projects, your cousins' cars don't have heat in them or AC. So when the summertime come, you hot. When the wintertime come, you cold. And I mean cold, where everybody breathing fast and hard trying to make it warm enough to at least get the windows where you can see outside. Man, that cold air had your teeth hurting like a son of a gun. You can't drink. You can't eat. Or you trying to eat because you're so hungry that you're chewing on one side of your mouth. And one little piece of something end up falling on the other side and hit that tooth. Whoo!
Man.
Make you want to scream. Make you want to shout. That boy Eric Ross say, me and MZ gonna do Trey X like Mayweather and Leonard did a Young Tank. Hey man, you just stand over here and look menacing. Don't say nothing to nobody. Every once in a while, pound your fist into the palm of your hand, but let us do the talking. Cause you're gonna talk us right out of this 100 million that we trying to get stacked up in your name.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell the truth though, man. The truth is what matters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to bet on sports, bro. If you betting based on lies, you ain't gonna last that long. We got to keep a clear, concise picture of what's going on at all times. And that's what I live by. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm gonna come here and keep it real with you. I'm gonna come tell you, yeah, we kicked the ass last week. Or I'm gonna come tell you, we got our asses kicked last week. I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. I might be one of the only people that you'll find that do bets, that talk about betting, but keep it all the way 100. Like, I'm one of the only ones. Most of them other tout ass motherfuckers, they only talk about their wins. They never talk about their losses. But shit, I'm gonna keep it real with you.
That's what makes it so enjoyable. Every time Moody Trayweather say toothache and ear infections, I don't want to conversate with anybody. I feel you, bro. I feel you. A toothache suck.
I ain't never had an ear infection. I had a girlfriend that stuck a key in her ear, scratching her ear one time, and got an ear infection that was pretty bad. Had to go to the hospital and shit. She seemed to be in some pretty severe pain, so I don't doubt what he's saying about the ear infection.
That's your equilibrium too. That's ooh. Can you imagine not being able to have your balance? You said she was messed up?
She was fucked up. Hell yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, whole side of her face swollen and shit.
Ooh. So you know, a spiteful broad could have been like, he hit me type shit.
Yeah, she ain't like that though. That's still a good friend of mine to this day, actually. She just got a little letter accepted into the Bridge program for the registered nurse program and shit. So that's still my nigga. Even though she ain't my girl no more, that's my nigga though.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm just thinking, I'm going through my life like, damn, you knew some grimy motherfuckers when you was coming up. They doing shit like that. If that's one of your go-to conversations, feel bad now.
I don't need. What you say it again?
I was just thinking about how a female would be like, "Oh, my face swole from an ear infection," but swear up and down that boy Chris beat her.
Yeah.
But you know how things go.
Raw and uncut. That
boy Hyphy say not to deter from the topic, but please keep me and Eric, our players, in your prayers. Embiid and Wembanyama both out for the season. What happened to them?
Yeah, I'm
Eric
sorry.
Gar said
On basketball, it's ridiculous.
for the season? Oh. Yeah. Eric Gar said I cracked the tooth in the back. That felt like a bit of two-sided nail. That was the word. Well, how can I explain it, E? I feel what you're saying, biting something and getting your teeth, make your teeth hurt. I've been through those kind of situations where you hear something that just make your whole jawbone feel like it vibrated for a hot second. But as a range of pain, I honestly say I wouldn't want to do nothing with my teeth. You know, if I had to be tortured, you know, you really don't want no torture. But if they had put some stuff out and say, look, these are the torture methods right here. We're gonna mess with your teeth. We're gonna mess with you know, a couple other things, not pick which one you want. You know, I'm pretty sure they all horrible. You know, they pretty horrible, all of them. But anything that got something to do with you just manipulate my nerves, I don't want to pick none of those. None of those.
Yeah, toothache have you questioning your whole life decisions. Like, God damn, I wish I would have put more energy into flossing and shit, man, to keep this motherfucking dentist out of my mouth. Man, I had to go get a root canal, nigga, on everything. Nigga, I've been brushing and flossing 3 times a day. No bullshit. After every motherfucking meal, I'm brushing and flossing, man, because I do not want another dentist in my motherfucking mouth. With no root canal and none of that shit. Square business. Hey, that fight that I was talking about though earlier, I thought that Hyphy was gonna take care of me, but that's Carl Itama that got his ass whooped by Ezekiel Osvaldo Moderna. He was 28-10 at the time, and he stopped Itama in 5 rounds. Itama was a Summer Olympics gold medalist, and he went out there and got his ass whooped by the tough Argentinian fighter. That's what I was trying to say earlier.
Okay, when you were saying you couldn't remember the dude's name.
Yeah.
I got you. That boy Eric Gar said, yep, 2 things you don't want to have Trey X to do. Talk up a fight and talk you off the ledge. Hell no. You most definitely don't want him to talk you off the edge. Because he's the only negotiator that I see, or the person that's supposed to be talking you off the edge, or be down there with the loudspeaker talking. Well, go on then, if you want to jump your ass on down, nigga on the jump. Nobody got time to be playing with you with that bullshit, man. Bro, that is not how we supposed to be talking him down. Oh, fuck that, we ain't got time for this. He know what the fuck he doing. Ain't nobody got to tell him. He know that shit for. Tell him jump. Go on, jump. That's Trey X. We still, hey man, we want him alive.
I'm actually a very compassionate person, man. I get a motherfucker off the ledge all day long. I got compassion, man.
We believe you.
You just going out there one time. I told you, nigga, if you want to eat crow, go and eat crow then, nigga. You don't want to listen.
Yeah. You know, how many times I need?
Hey, well, make you laugh, make you cry though, nigga, because I'm eating crow now. I done had a few live streams where I can come in here and talk real aggressive. You know, I had the Eagles over the Chiefs. I had goddamn Arnold Barbosa Jr. I had him over Jack Catterall by decision plus 300 and all that shit. You know, I can come in and talk crazy. But then the chickens came home to roost this past weekend. You know what I'm saying? Or make you laugh, make you cry, nigga. Now I gotta come in this motherfucker and eat this crow.
We didn't all had to eat crow before.
Not this type of crow. This past Saturday was the worst day of betting that I've had. I think I went 2-5. I ain't never had a day like that. And then check this out. One of the best I had was I had the Shiraz versus Adames fight to go the distance at plus 115. I got that on everything except for Bovada. So I just took the I went 1-5 on Bovada instead of 2-5. So I ain't even get that little bit of money back. Yeah, I just got my ass destroyed. And then on top of that, I bet from the hip. I don't know what the fuck made me do that shit. I bet from the hip on Riyadh season. Why the fuck would you bet from the hip on Riyadh season of all time? You know what I'm saying? Like I was just looking for a loss and I found it.
Oh, shit. Hey, lost. You over there? Damn, I'm looking for L's. Anybody got any L's they want to give up? I'm taking them.
Swear I bet. Yeah, I'm buying up all the L's, nigga. Real
That's
shit.
crazy.
And taking people down with me. But you know what? I kind of felt like we was going into some hard times because like the energy. Because like for example, me and Yasa, we had a parlay 2 weeks ago that we missed by 1 pick. That was the week that Barbosa fought Catterall. We had I think it was like 7 picks or something like that, but it paid over 30-1 odds. And we was supposed to win that motherfucker, but we lost one of the MMA picks by robbery. Like everybody kept on saying the guy we picked should have won, but they gave it to the other guy. That kind of felt like I was about to go into a downshift because I felt like I was kind of like in a time of abundance, in a time of overflow. It seemed like I just kept on winning a lot, especially coming out of football and shit. Because all we did was winning football. But then when I had that experience, it felt like I was going to another part, like the opposite of abundance. Like it was about to be some losses. So when I see that shit, I decide to bet from the hip. And then I'm surprised when I'm scratching a broke rump. Broke is a motherfucker fucking around with them folks. Not what's that word? Literally broke, but I'm just saying I took some losses. You know, scratching a broke rump that night.
Yeah, I feel you. He said football season we was singing. All we do is win, no matter what. Here we come to this, and it's like shit. What?
Yeah, we done went from that. We singing 0 now. I don't need no help, my nigga. I can do bad
by myself.
And I don't need no company, little mama. So I ring your my cellular phone.
Just turn off the phone, the TV, turn the lights off, because I want them to think I'm in sleep.
Yeah, turn the phone off. Turn the phone off, turn the lights off. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to chill. I don't want to kick it with you. I don't want to skate with you. I don't want to do none of that shit, nigga. I just need some time to get my mind right. Let me refresh. Let me recharge. Come back with something.
Facts. Hold on 1 hot second. Let me make a quick run.
All right, let me look in the chat. Eric Carr said something had him crying. The show had him crying. I don't know what show that you're talking about, though. I got to get over to the chat, man, so I can see what y'all talking about because I was just on Box Rating. Hold on, my shit going slow. I might have to restart this motherfucker. Where you at? Where this motherfucker at in the chat? Shit, I don't even know where you at in the chat, y'all. I'm gonna scroll. Oh, okay. Eric Carr said, I remember it like it was yesterday. MZ put a little bit of money on the big odds pick. I don't even know what pick you talking about, my brother. He said, I'm surprised we still got 100 points every fight. Our pick was wrong. Yeah, man, that was a nightmare. God damn. See, but the only thing was everybody did bad for the most part, except for the people that was at the top. That motherfucker D Jefferson is a real live player. Like he knows his boxing. This was a week where if you knew boxing, you could do well and just go with your shit. And he know boxing. So it was some times that it was some picks that were real close and he was able to get them picks right. So salute to D Jefferson, man. He did his thing. I see my nigga D-Lo just slid up in the building. What's going down, bro? I know that you had called me and shit after the fights, bro. I had turned everything off and laid it down, man. I had to sleep off them losses. I've been off here telling everybody how I got my ass whooped that night. I had to sleep it off. Yeah, that was tough, man. But I think we're going to come back with something this week, man. Let me see what fights we got this week, y'all. do a little rundown real quick. If they got the
I'm
shit
back.
posted. All right. Yeah, I wanted to do a little rundown of the fights this weekend.
Sure, you know, you got the floor. Do your thing. Do your thing.
Let me see if I can find it online. Hold on.
I'm gonna read through until you get it together. That boy Eric all say that show had me crying. Yeah, because he went off on me that day. You don't want to listen to MC? Go on then. I don't care. You. Yeah, no. We don't have you talking nobody down no more. I remember like yesterday.
Yeah, but that
MC.
was me trying to help though, nigga. I'm trying to get you on point. And don't think we done forgot, nigga. You still need to get that 0.5 off your back. We ain't
Don't think.
forgot.
Yeah, I know the new season getting ready to start up.
No, it ain't getting ready to start. We in the middle of this season, man. You supposed to come in this season. Come in next season, my brother. You got to get that 0.5 off your back, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember like yesterday.
No pass, no play. Yeah, we need you to get that 0.5 off your back, player. OG.
No pass, no play. Okay, he done went there. He done went there on me.
Yeah, at least got to give us a 3.
Now I'm watching the bus drive off. I'm still at the house. No.
At least give us a 3, man. Give us a 3. You can pass your classes. But for right now, no pass, no play, my brother. You got to get that 0.5 up off you.
I see my brother D-Lo in the building. He said salute. It's all good, bro. We all took some lumps. We gonna bounce back. I don't know what that 0.5 he throwing up there. What you got, some new tires?
Oh no, Black Fam, we coming strong this week. Yeah, nigga, we getting revenge for Harold for Kane cousin Harold, nigga. Yeah, we coming for revenge. Yeah, we are not bullshitting this week, man. We coming with something. They better be ready, because I am not happy about how last week went, and we need to come back with something. So yeah, y'all niggas strap up. Let's get ready, man. Let's go get it. It's our business. But yeah, the fights that I was looking for, they ain't even posted, man, on Facebook. I would have to leave this shit here to go find it on Discord, so I ain't gonna be able to do my rundown like I like to. I guess in the future I should start writing that shit down before the live stream starts, so I ain't got to go look for
it. You got them on? You said you got them on the Discord?
Yeah, they on Discord, but I'm on StreamYard through Discord, so I got to get off this to even go look at it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Let me see if I could pull up Discord for you. And you be able to read it. You can work through it like that. I'm suspecting. I'm hoping.
Yeah, this ain't just a real big week, though. I think the main thing is the Tank Davis card this weekend. They got layoff fights and all kind of shit on there. You mean y'all know how PBC do. They got layoff fights on the pay-per-view. $70 for the $80, something like that. I think it was one decent fight that I saw. Who the fuck was that?
$79.99.
Yeah.
Tim Tszyu fighting Joey Spencer?
Yeah, that's April 6th or something like that.
Yeah, April 6th.
Yeah, I think Joey got action. Yeah, we're gonna see where Tim Tszyu had at after he went out there and got embarrassed. You got to go against a 9-time national champion. Let's see what Joey Spencer gonna do with him. This motherfucker Tim Tszyu, he ain't big as Jesus Ramos. So let's see what's gonna go down.
It's been a minute since I seen Joey out there. Last time I seen Joey, I was riding with Joey and Joey lost.
Yeah, he fucked our money off against Jesus Ramos. But Jesus Ramos was a ringside national champion and shit. He come from a fighting family. He got an uncle that fight on a high level at the same time. Went out there and gave Mario Barrios all kind of hell in his last fight. He ain't no punk. That's a fighting family, man. This is different. Tim Tszyu, his last fight, he went off in there with that Russian that was 162-17, Bakram Murtalazev, and got his ass destroyed. So now you got him a 9-time national champion coming through. Let's see what he do with him. When he fought against another national champion early in his career, when he fought against what's that tough ass Iron Man that be going the distance with everybody? He went the distance with Carlos Adames and all kind of motherfuckers. Goddamn, I can't never think of his name. He's extremely tough. He might be the toughest at 154. Like he might have the best chin. He dropped Tim Tszyu though. Tim Tszyu got the victory, don't get me wrong, but he took a right hand right on the chin. And his opponent was coming off a layoff. Yeah, so I done seen some resistance against Tim Tszyu when he fights guys with amateur backgrounds. So now he got another one coming. So let's see what he gonna do with it. And in the chat, who is the dude that dropped Tim Tszyu earlier in his career? What's that guy's name?
No computer up.
Yeah, you got it up. I can't even see that shit, bro.
Oh, it's too small?
Yeah, it's too small.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I tried.
Yeah, you tried. It's all good.
Mendoza. D'Lo say it's
tough.
Mendoza.
Yeah, now he tough, but I ain't talking about Mendoza. Mendoza didn't even fight Tim Tszyu. I don't think, did he? I thought Mendoza fought against Boachuk, and he fought against not Tim Tszyu, but Sebastian Fundora. Maybe he did go to distance against Tim Tszyu. Maybe I'm tripping. I'm talking about the black dude though. Terrell Gausha, there we go. Terrell Gausha. He one of the toughest fighters in the division. And he lost the decision to Tim Tszyu, but he dropped Tim Tszyu in that fight. So I'm just saying, whenever he fight like 3.5s and shit, I'm seeing some troubles that he having. So now he got another one coming to town. So let's see what's gonna happen. I can't never remember Terrell Gausha's name for some reason.
Said Brian Mendoza KO Fundora, then went 12 with Tim Tszyu.
Okay, yeah. So that's just another example of Iron Man. Brian Mendoza is one of them guys. He deserves a ton of credit for being tough. He got one of the best chins. He got an iron will. He got all kind of heart. I'm talking about he be in trouble and he will come back with something to prevent the referee from stopping the fight. Like you can just trust him to go the distance, man. He one of the toughest fighters in all of boxing.
Damn, to make the referee change their mind about stopping the fight is big. Especially if you answer, you got to show me something. You got to show me something. I'm going to have to stop it.
And he going to show you something every time. That's just how he's built. Big. Yeah, he just built like that.
He said, I want to see Conwell against Charlo versus Ortiz at 154.
I'm about to say, I want to see Conwell versus Ortiz. I mean, goddamn, man. Let's give Conwell a shot. He deserves a shot, man. And I know Ortiz is putting together something, but you know, we in the season where the young guys don't mind getting out there. So shit, they both under Golden Boy. Let's make it happen. May the best man win.
That boy D'Lo say, as long as he don't get the referee from Pro Box the other night.
That was the one that stopped the motherfucking fight prematurely. That was a terrible stoppage, man. We watched the fight. They had this young Moreno, Mexican kid. He fought Cesar Francis. I think he from the Dominican Republic. He about a 3 on the pedigree scale. He a guy that we'd have bet on a few times. A good fighter. We like him. But he came off a layoff when he fought against Moreno. Otherwise, we might have took a bet on Cesar Francis because the kid only had 6 amateur fights. So he went off in the ring with Cesar Francis. We're getting boxed up out there. Francis putting a lateral movement on him and coming with all kind of jabs and straight right hands and all kind of stuff. You know, just looking like the more developed, the more seasoned fighter. And then the kid put a little something on him in the 6th round and hurt him a little bit. So then they went to the 7th round. The kid tried to jump on him and put some shots on him. And it looked like he might have called him or something, but it wasn't nothing major, like nothing out of the ordinary. And then the referee just jumped in and stopped the fight. And normally Pro Box TV is one of the broadcasts that got the integrity. Like they do the fighters right for the most part. They have good matchmaking. They have good scoring of the fights overall. This was one of the times where it didn't look good to them. That job by the referee was one of the worst referee jobs that I've seen in a long time with that stoppage. That was pure ridiculous. that man was winning, and he got caught with a little shot. Didn't go down or nothing like that. Wasn't even wobbly. And then the referee just jumped in and weighed the fight out. And it felt like he did it. He did it to save the kid, because the kid was getting his ass whooped. Well, I ain't gonna say he was getting his ass whooped, but he was getting outboxed. I'm gonna tell you what it reminded me of. It reminded me when Figueroa, when he fought against Carlos Castro, because Carlos Castro was starting to figure that boy out, and he was starting to land shots on Figueroa. And as soon as Figueroa caught him with a shot and jumped on, the referee stopped the fight immediately. It almost felt like he just stopped the fight to prevent the kid from really getting to Figueroa. And it felt like they just saved this kid from Cesar Francis. That was a terrible job.
Everyone say no warning or anything before their stop. It's over.
Yeah, bullshit.
Yeah, you gotta have. That's the only part about having to rely on people to referee that I hate. But I always hear, it's the human element that makes the game or the contest what it is. I'm like, I can't stand the human element when it helps to decide. But I'll take that over a programmed algorithm any day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you can program that algorithm to a certain thing. But you can't do that with a human. You just got to take the human for what it's worth.
So I got to go on because I'm my background loud as fuck. I don't know what's going on outside. So that's what all that background noise is.
I actually don't. I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard not one sound that you say you hear over there.
I'm gonna tell you what it sounds like. You remember when you watched cartoons when you were young, and when it was winter time and they opened the door, and it sounded like it's cold outside. It had that sound it used to make, that like it was sound like it's howling outside or some shit. And that was that was the sound they used to signify that it's cold. That's what it sounded like outside my window. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, the sound when you was young. I'm like, hold up. It wasn't a whole bunch. It wasn't as many sounds when I was young as it was when you was young. Y'all had a whole bunch of extra shit in the background compared to when I was young. But yeah, I guess I get the idea of the howling. He said that was signifying what it was cold outside.
Yeah.
Hey, I guess I never looked at it like that. What signified was the cold outside for us was just put your hand up against the window. If that bitch was cold, it's cold.
All day.
That was it. That's how we did.
Yeah, I was talking about cartoons though.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm trying to remember what cartoon you talking about.
Shit, they all did that shit on Looney Tunes. They did it on Tom and Jerry. All that shit. They opened up the door when it's cold outside. They got there. I can't. Even, no, it don't even sound like it's like I can't even mimic the shit. Man. It just got this howling type of sound that it makes, and you know that it's cold outside when they open.
Yeah, I feel with you. Boy, we tripping. We went back to Tom and Jerry. He gonna say, I don't hear it. I don't hear it either. We don't hear anything. Y'all sound clear.
But I got big ass Martin Lawrence radar ears though. Like I might got the best hearing out of anybody I know. I be hearing all kind of shit. Like, and this the thing. I hate loud noises. So I got like very sensitive hearing, and I can't stand loud noises. So I hate dogs because I hate barking. I hate any kind of noise that I can't control. So I'm gonna complain about noise way more than other people. Then I don't have no kids or nothing like that. I was the only child growing up. I hate noise. I hate being disturbed. So when I hear shit like that, it fucks with me in a major way.
I feel you on that. That boy Hyphy say multiple attendees at the Riyadh card confirmed Majmal was sick this week. He came up with who? Beetle Bailey. He was already out of college when those cartoons came on, Trey. Oh, so we want to come with some old. We want to come with some old jokes today. I hear clicking every time MZ lie. I ain't lied about nothing, homeboy. But forget y'all. Scooby-Doo win. That's what you hear in the Skin Booty Trey. What say you hear that Scooby-Doo win outside blowing.
Yeah.
That's what's whirling around. Out. I don't know what that is, but okay.
Man, why I go down memory lane watching old cartoons and shit the other night, man? No, not the other night. It might have been a few nights ago. Maybe like Friday night or something like that. I'm watching G-Force and Voltron and all kind of shit.
What? Boy, this boy done just hit me with G-Force. Not G-Force. You talking about G-Force with the wings? They make the whirlwind pyramid.
Yeah.
Boy.
I bought a episode of Johnny Quest for, I think it was $2.99 with the Lizard Man. All kind of shit, man. I don't know what the hell. I was on that gas, nigga. I was on that vaporizer, nigga. I was going down memory lane watching cartoons in this bitch.
Boy, you done hit some classics right there. That boy say Johnny Quest with the Lizard Man. I remember that one. You know, and Clutch Cargo. That boy say G-Force though. Man, I haven't heard somebody talk about G-Force in so long. Yeah, that used to be the cartoon right there. I couldn't wait to get home and watch G-Force.
I think that was a spinoff of Voltron though, so that's one of the times where the spinoff is better than the original. Cause I ain't gonna say for everybody, but for me personally, I prefer G-Force over Voltron. Voltron is cool too, but I just like G-Force.
I took G-Force because G-Force, the power actually lied inside of the characters. With Voltron, you know, you had to be inside of the equipment.
Yeah.
So that's why I cut for G-Force, because they could fly and do all that old super crazy stuff. But when they did that little whirlwind pyramid thing, that was the lick right there. You knew it was about to go down then.
Yeah.
You knew it was going down. You said you watched Johnny Quest?
Yeah, they got this shit on. You can order it on your phone. They ain't got the episodes. Well, they got some episodes on YouTube, but they don't have the old Johnny Quest. They got a remake of Johnny Quest. It look more modern and shit. It ain't the same. But if you go like to that Apple Store shit, you can get episodes of Johnny Quest for like $2.99. So they had the lizard people on. I ended up falling asleep on the shit. I'm on that weed, but I'm gonna go back and check it out again. But yeah, I mean, I just went down memory lane watching cartoons and shit, man.
Man, he say the Frosty the Snowman win. Thundercats, that deal. The Thundercats, they went hard. You know what I'm saying? Thundercats, Lion-O, Cheetara, what's his name? Dang, what? Panthro, Snarf. The bad guy was Monk. No, that's He-Man.
I didn't even get off into the Thundercats, man.
Wait, Thundercats, that's Lion-O, Cheetara. Snarf is with the Thundercats, I thought. Yeah, you know, the Thundercats, their cartoon was cool with the magic sword that he had the other half, or the bad guy had the other half to it. You know, they was all right. You know what I'm saying? I can't give them no, because they was cats. You know what I'm saying? You know, as a teenager, cats was the last thing I was interested in as being a superhero.
Yeah, I'm a little bit. I'm a lot younger, so you know I'm on SWAT Cats and shit like that. I even watched Biker Mice from Mars a little bit back in the day. They also had this one. Oh man, it was a duck show where they act like they was Sherlock Holmes almost. I can't even remember the name of that shit. That was one of my favorite cartoons too, coming up. Yeah, I watched a lot of the newer shit, but I like the older shit too, though. Like Speed Racer. Speed Racer might have been my favorite. Like definitely.
Speed Racer. Oh, come on now, Trey. First of all, Speed Racer was so much Biggie say. You know what sound, bro? Yeah, I know what sound it is, bro. I'm just doing my thing. I'm doing my due diligence. I got to be the the opposite part of the show. But anyway, Speed Racer had the cat liking him so much that I learned how, you learn how to draw the car. Make the top, looking down on the Mark V.
Yeah.
The Mark V had to be the livest racing car there was on the planet. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't fuck with the Mark V unless you was riding Racer X's car. Then you might give the Mark V a little run for his money. But most of the time, the Mark V was it. Could cut through the tall grass with the little rotors in the front of it. Could jump over anything.
Yep.
All the different tires that it had, from snow to mud. It even had rock climbing tires.
Yeah.
The Mark V was a beast.
And he got his little brother in the monkey in the trunk. He don't even know it. Riding like a motherfucker on them boy.
And the girl name was Trixie, right?
Yeah, that was a girl.
Trixie makes Speed Racer ride across the ocean trying to win the race.
I wish they would have had more seasons. That's the only thing. I wish they had more seasons. But that was a good cartoon, though. I used to race to get home to watch that shit.
That was one of the classics right there. That was one of the classics. He said, I used to want to watch the Pirates of the Dark Waters and the Exo Squad. That was my stuff in the 90s. I never heard of those.
Yeah,
I don't know nothing about the Pirates of the Dark Waters or the Exo Squad.
I don't know about the Exo Squad, but I know about the Pirates of Dark Water. They was ahead of their time. That was like a masterpiece of a cartoon. Like, that shit was original. You ain't gonna find too much that reminds you of it. It was just a standalone classic cartoon. They did a great job. The only thing is they never finished it. So like they kind of left all the viewers on the cliffhanger almost. You ain't get no conclusion. Like, damn, do they clean up all the dark water or what? But that was an outstanding cartoon.
Wow, this is my first time hearing about it. I'm gonna have to look and see if I can find it. But since you said that they didn't finish it, that would be like almost started for no reason at all, because I don't want to be on the cliff like the rest of y'all.
It's still a good cartoon. I mean, the overall story didn't have a conclusion, but they still will have the conclusions in the episodes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't feel like you was left hanging on the episode, but as far as the overall story goes, they didn't finish it. But I still think it's worth watching because I think they had good writers, they had good artists, they had originality. Because, like I said, it felt innovative. I can't think of nothing else that reminds me of the Pirates of Dark Water. Yeah, I think it was just all around great cartoon, man. I think it's still worth watching.
Okay, I'll give it a shot. D-Lo say Skeletor was He-Man, Mama was Thundercats. Yeah, I know. I kind of got it mixed up a little bit. I got the point. You were trying to come up with that. He said, remember the Silverhawks? Sector and Tiger Sharks? I remember the Silverhawks. And Sector and the Tiger Sharks. That kind of rings a bell, but not really. Though, I hate to say it like this, but those sound like some soft cartoons right there. I didn't really do too many soft cartoons. My cartoons had to have some real go behind it. You know what I'm saying? They had to have some stories in there. Some destruction.
Did you prefer Super Friends or Justice League of America?
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I watched both of them because to this day, I still have a hard time of who I really want to mess with, because I'm more of a Marvels person than anything. But if I had to go down to it, I think I would probably go with the Justice League then, because I get to see other. They had opened up a lot more. I wasn't really a Super Friends kind of guy. I would watch them, but I prefer the Justice League.
They was real similar, but I like the Super Friends. Used to be on that Birdman.
Birdman.
What about that Space Ghost?
Come on, man. Quit playing with me with Space Ghost. You don't know nothing about Space Ghost, man. What you know about Space Ghost?
Yeah, I used to watch them and Birdman back to back in the day.
Man, stop it.
Old cartoon like from the 60s and the 70s. I cut for them cartoons, man. Like Super Friends, I think that shit came out like mid-60s or something, like 67 or something, maybe. I know it was very old. And I preferred them, and plus I prefer that era of comic books and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's one reason why I got off into that shit like that, because I used to collect comic books as a kid. And yeah, the 60s was a golden era. 70s was good too.
Right, right. Man, just going through the different names. That boy said, I used to get off the bus watching DuckTales, Darkwing Duck, and the Rescue Rangers and Tailspins. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I had to watch Darkwing Duck and the Tailspins, DuckTales, Rescue Rangers, that's because my little girl was watching. I was going to pick her up, and when she came home, it was time to watch Darkwing Duck, time to watch DuckTales. I had to sit down and watch that with my oldest daughter.
That's the one I was trying to figure out earlier, that Darkwing Duck. I used to be on that shit. See, if Eric R said that, no, that's D-Lo. See, D-Lo a little bit older than me, so yeah, we'll watch a lot of the same shit. I used to be on all that shit. DuckTales, Darkwing Duck, Chip and Dale. I didn't watch Tailspin too much though. I used to see it when it came on, but I didn't watch it. One cartoon that I liked that I didn't ever get a chance to watch because it came on Sundays when I had to get ready to go to church was Ren and Stimpy. Like I used to like Doug too. Like I used to have enough time to get up and watch Doug. I could watch Rugrats. But when Ren and Stimpy came on, I could only watch about 10 minutes. Then we heading out the door to go to church. But I used to love Ren and Stimpy though as much as I could watch of it. You know what I'm saying? That was a classic to me.
Yeah, my sister-in-law liked some Ren and Stimpy. They was kind of a little weird to me, you know. I just, some of the, I was like what is really going on? Like Chowder. That's one that these kids watch this more up to date. The Chowder dude. I'm like, cartoons are real different. Like I see with the old folks when we were coming up. I see how those old folks was looking at us. Like, what the fuck is that you looking at? That old goofy ass shit. Now I'm looking with my granddaughters and my daughters and them was watching. I'm like, this stuff is weird. It's weird. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something that was strange to me. Powerpuff Girls.
Oh yeah, they had their strange moments.
Then they had the devil. The devil was super strange. I was like, wait, why? What is going on right here?
Courage the Cowardly Dog was strange as fuck to me too. I couldn't really get
Oh man, that was living. What were they living in the land of the dead?
Hell, I just remember that house in the middle of nowhere looking like they live in a fucking desert or some shit.
With that mean ass farmer dude.
Yeah.
And a nice lady.
Yeah.
That farmer dude was the devil. He was mean in the mouth. He was mean as he was mean. Race X Mark 5. Ronnie Warriors. I don't remember them. Sector 8 was the Insect Warriors. You remember that cartoon?
What's it called?
Sector.
I remember, but I ain't never watched it. I watched some shit that y'all might not have liked, but I liked it, nigga. Captain Planet. Say that's.
I watched Captain Planet.
Yeah, that's what really took me down the rabbit hole. Nigga, Captain Planet was the first thing. Cause they got episodes. Well, they don't have episodes, but they have like a compilation of Captain Planet moments on YouTube, and that's what started everything off.
I can see you being a Captain Planet fan because you hold the Earth in such high regard, and Captain Planet was like the first Save the Earth planet. I mean, Save the Earth dude.
I feel like cartoons like that made us better people. I feel sorry for the newer generations of kids because they don't have them type of influences. Now, I'm not saying the show was perfect because they did have us looking at the Earth god Gaia, and that is strange. But as far as treating the Earth right, not littering, fuck pollution, all that kind of stuff, I think that shit made us better people. I feel sorry for the newer generation of kids, man. Like as far as entertainment, they just got straight trash. Like as far as the artists go, the artists don't compare. If I look at the comedians don't compare. The comedians we had made great movies. We had Harlem Nights and all kind of Eddie Murphy movies. We had Martin Lawrence. We had so much good shit going on. These kids got Little Yachty and DC Young Fly. Like, how the fuck is that gonna compare? They don't even get up on Saturday morning and get them a big bowl of cereal and watch cartoons until noon. We getting up on Winnie the Pooh and all kind of shit, nigga, watching X-Men and all kind of player shit, man. That was just cool. Couldn't wait to get to it. These kids, they just skip all that shit and go straight to the video games. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel bad for the generation, man. It just ain't no comparison.
Man, that boy, it's not a comparison when it come down to it, honestly, because I'm looking down the list and I'm seeing how some people say all out trash. Yeah, these new kids got Teletubbies. Take a look. It's a new book, Reading Rainbow. It's a new Reading Rainbow out. Courage Kept Old. Okay, that's Yusuf and Muriel. Samurai Jack. Okay, Samurai Jack was pretty good. Mojo Jojo was funny as heck. Shouted that nigga be like water, water, water. No, I thought he said rada, rada. Is water, water? I thought it was with an R. I thought it was rada, 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 rada.
I used to like Popeye the Sailor Man. Popeye made me want to eat my spinach, eat my vegetables. I was gonna grow up and be big and strong, get on somebody's ass if they kept fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Get on push ups, stay strong. I just feel like this shit made us better people.
Bro, what I'm about to say, you can't make this shit up, right? So I'm looking at Big Bro got up here. He said, I'm strong to the finish because I eat my spinach. And then you tell you say what you know about Popeye. Dude, let me show you how fucked up I was. I'm at my auntie damn house when I get my first whiff of Popeye. And, you know, my auntie got her kids. I'm a baby cousin. I'm over here. I'm out muscled by everybody. I'm out muscled by everybody. I'm at the bottom of the pecking list when it comes to outside the house. I can hold my own. In the house, it's a whole different story. So I'm watching Popeye, and I'm like, you know what? Popeye eat his spinach, and you know he gets strong in the bitch. So I go home. My mama come and get me, and I'm like, she was like, what you want to eat, baby? Now I ain't never had spinach in my life, ever. I hauled out and say, Mama, can you get some? Can you make some spinach? She said, she said some spinach. Yes, ma'am. You know, can you make some spinach? So my mama, you know, she made some pork chops and some spinach, and she threw some corn on there, nice and a piece of cornbread. Now, she put my plate in front of me, and I'm excited because I'm finna be strong in the bitch when I go back to my auntie damn house. That's how I'm thinking. I'm finna eat this spinach, and it's going down. So I'm looking at the spinach, and it kind of look like some greens, but it don't, because I'm like, this don't look like this don't look like nothing Popeye be messing with. I know it's not supposed to look exactly like what Popeye got, but this don't look right at all. And I get a big, you know, a fork full of it, and I plunge it in my mouth. Bro, when I tell you I was one of those kids that didn't like vegetables of no kind, I like corn because, you know, corn could be sweet. It had that little sweetness to it.
And it ain't a vegetable. That's a grain.
Hey, I'm just letting you know how my body was working back in the day. Greens, cabbage, all of that was not on my menu. I don't know what made me ask for spinach because I thought it was something that Popeye was going to work out for me. I realized the spinach was nasty and I didn't like it. What I didn't realize was that I asked my mama to buy it, so I didn't have no choice but to eat it all. And by this time, the spinach juice that mixed into my corn juice, which to touch my pork chop, which it kind of made the bottom part of my cornbread a little soggy. So my whole meal is messed up. But I can't get up from the table. I got to eat all of this. And only thing going through my mind, Trey, is my cornbread tastes like spinach. My corn tastes like spinach. my pork chop tastes like everything tastes like spinach. And I had come to the conclusion that spinach is nasty as a motherfucker.
But you grew up to be
And
6'5" and you dunking old niggas and doing windmills and shit. Hey, salute to Papa for getting my OG to eat his spinach and grow up to be big and strong on the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
oh yeah, I got you. I got you.
Big E told us how you was off in the gym dunking on niggas and catching alley hoops on niggas and all that. Yeah, nigga, salute to the spinach, man.
Okay, if you gonna put it like that, but I needed that spinach to kick in when I was at my auntie's house, when I was in headlocks and shit, and I didn't have the strength, no other mobility, no other know-how to get out of it. Even if I knew how to get out of it, they knew some kind of new special way to put me right back in. Yeah. Growing up in my auntie's house was hell.
Yeah,
y'all don't understand. I hear stories of people say, man, I came up in a small family. And sometimes I hear how y'all get to do stuff and things went down. And, you know, you be like, dang, if we didn't have as many people at my auntie's house, shit like that could happen. So, you know, I kind of envy that a little bit. But then I think about all the great fun that we did have. And I'd be like, you know what? I wouldn't trade it for too much of nothing in the world. Some stuff I probably would trade. You know, but for the most part, I keep it the same.
Yeah, nigga, you had it good, shit, nigga. Nigga, my childhood was lonely. They ain't have no family members hardly. Only child. Sometimes I go over a cousin's house or something like that, but shit, nigga, it's time to go home. Nigga, you gotta go back home, nigga. By yourself. My mom, she worked at Scholastic Books. That was my saving grace. She would damage the books on purpose so she could claim the books, and she would send me big boxes of books. And I just sit up there and read them books all the time. Lay on the couch and read a whole goddamn Goosebump book or some shit in one day. I'm on Goosebumps, I'm on Fear Street, all that kind of, you know, the R.L. Stein books and shit. I used to be addicted to them R.L. Stein books. I got my telescopes, I got my microscopes, nigga. I'm trying to see Mars, I'm trying to see Venus, I'm trying to see Jupiter. All that kind of shit. I'm going down to the creek, nigga. I'm trying to see protozoa. I'm looking at amoebas and paramecium and all kind of shit underneath my microscope. But by myself, though. Every now and then I get a little friend or something, but we always fall out and fight. And then shit, nigga, back by myself again. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was until I go to school. See, but back then it was different. You know, once you go on summer vacation, nigga, you don't see your friends until school start back. So shit, we chill, but we don't chill outside of school. And then once summertime come, nigga, everybody gone. I'm making ant farms and shit, nigga. I used to always keep a body full of ant bites because I'm always out there in them ants and shit. I was one of those.
What you know about making the ant farm?
I used to love making ant farms, nigga. I'm gonna get them protein, I'm gonna get them carbohydrates and all that kind of shit. And I was thinking about that as a kid. I would catch them bugs and put off in the ant farm. Sometimes I'd be like, well, you know, I think they need some carbohydrates. I'll put some sugar and shit off in their farm. And it won't surprise me how durable they was. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I used to have a lot of fun as a kid. I just wish I would have had more social interactions as a kid. But as far as having fun, I definitely had a lot of fun, nigga, making slingshots, bow and arrows, catching spiders, all kind of shit, nigga.
Man, we used to make nunchucks. Had when you made your ant farm, did you use a bottle or a old fish tank?
Nah, I actually got an ant farm, like the casing for it though, because I used to sell them at a place called the Fish Bowl. So I could go.
That's right. It's a difference between us because you know we had to actually create the farm for the ant.
The first one that I had was just a straight up jar, like a mayonnaise jar that I done cleaned out, and it didn't have no air holes or nothing. And they used to they would stay alive for like months in that shit. I would go out of town for the summer, come back, and the ants would still be alive in that motherfucker. Some of them would die, but a lot of them would still be alive. That shit tripped me out on how durable they was. The motherfuckers can last. But outside of that, I would get the actual ant farms that got the no slip shit at the top, You take that little clear shit and rub it at the top so they can't climb out.
Right, right.
And I just have it like that. And those were cooler because you get a chance to see all the little tunnels and mazes and shit they make. Yeah, that shit was cool.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
had
that's
black ants and red ants.
ooh. Yeah, you bring it back some memories. You bring it back some memories. Heck of memories.
You don't know the good old days till they're gone, man.
Well, see, like the Goosebump books. I know about Goosebumps in those books because my oldest daughter she was into Goosebumps. So I ended up being into Goosebumps. What was the other thing you named? What else was it? Was Goosebumps?
Fear Street.
No, it was Goosebumps and Fear Street, but you named another program after those books.
I don't even know.
That my youngest daughter, she was into it. I can't remember what it was. But she was. Yeah, we used to make nunchucks, make bicycles, take an old bike and just get parts from everywhere and make you a bike. Reading Rainbow.
Oh yeah, that was cool. I used to love that shit. Magic School Bus, all that shit.
Yeah, man. The Reading Rainbow was with the black guy. What's his name? LeVar? Something. He played in Star Trek too.
Yeah.
As a guy that could see the different wavelengths. Yeah, I remember Reading Rainbow when he was doing it. Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers made us better people, man. Mr. Rogers gave us compassion and shit, man.
Mr. Rogers, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Neighbor.
That's right.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you the best toy that I had growing up. It was called the Pre-Computer 1000, and I still got it. It's made by VCheck. It was an educational computer, and I put this on my life. As a grown man, it'll kick your fucking ass right now. I promise you. If you get on that Pre-Computer 1000 and you turn up the difficulty, you ain't even got to go all the way to the top, nigga. You can just go out of 10, you can go 7. It will kick your ass. I promise. I love the Pre-Computer. They came out with another one. I want to say, because this one here came out in 88. They came out with another one. I want to say it was like maybe 1992. It was a Pre-Computer 2000. I still want to get one of them motherfuckers, just in case I do have some kids one day. Because I do think that is the ultimate toy. Like I can't think of a toy that's no better. Like it helped you learn and it challenged you the whole way. And if your parents played with you, like my grandmother, she would play with me. My uncle, he would play with me. It would kick their ass too. and like I said, I still got mine. I put some fresh batteries in that motherfucker one day. I said, man, I know I got something for the Pre-Computer. Man, that motherfucker kicked my ass again. Pre-Computer don't be playing. Pre-Computer 1000 came out in 1988. Is the greatest toy that I think was ever created. That's just my opinion.
Whew. It was 1988. Yeah, it's the first time I ever heard of it.
Yeah, I think all kids should have a Pre-Computer, bro. And it was so difficult that it's still usable today. Like they still got facts on that motherfucker that's still usable today. I think every kid should have one of those. That motherfucker got typing course, computer drills, general knowledge, history, geography, science, math, all kind of shit. And the newer one had even more categories. That motherfucker was cold, man. I feel sorry for these kids today, man. We had some player shit back in the day, man.
You could just going outside, honestly, just going outside back in the day, you found all kind of player stuff going on. Like you spoke about going to finding amoebas and stuff like that by going down to the creek.
Yeah.
By going down to the creek and getting you some water out of there and checking your stuff out through the microscope. Love you too, big bro. Have a good one. Good night.
Ludo G.
uh, you know, just doing different stuff, being in the dirt. You know, literally putting your hands in the dirt, digging up stuff, digging up different animals, different bugs, putting them in a jar, keeping them, trying to keep them for a long time, trying to see how they survive, what will make them survive, catching spiders. They don't do none of that stuff. They don't do it, half of the stuff that we are even bringing up. You know, they don't watch. You know, they watch TV or computer or whatever. But they always watching some kind of murder or some kind of shaking your ass or some kind of sexual. Nothing, you know. Rarely are they learning anything, or is something pointing them to go outside and explore the God-given earth that's around them, the backyard, the trees and stuff that you got in the backyard, all the different life and different little things back there in your own yard that you can find that is so much fun to mess with. You know, kids don't even know how to play with magnifying glasses or anything like that, and get to go and see the different things they can do with a magnifying glass by making it boil water or burn a piece of wood or and stuff like that. You know, they don't
It's
go and
not all their
explore like
fault
they
though.
supposed to.
It's not all their fault though, because I remember when I used to go to the stores when we would go in the checkout lane. You know, they got all the candy and stuff in the magazines, but they would also have magnifying glasses. They had slingshots. They had all kind of shit, nigga. So that sparked the motherfucker imagination. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, go get that magnifying glass and go outside, look at the moon and shit. Daylight outside, you know, you using it to make little death rays and all kind of shit. Like it just sparks your imagination, man. They don't have that stuff available for kids no more. I don't even see the magnifying glasses in the checkout lanes no more. You know what I'm saying? That the society done let the kids down, man. They done took away the cartoons. They done took away a lot of this shit that spark imagination. They doing the kids wrong.
They too busy trying to get them to be grown so they can take advantage of them. That's why.
Can't watch Saturday morning cartoon, but you can pick your gender.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Took away the cartoon, took away anything that would help keep them in the thinking of a child because they in that child body. They took those things away and replaced it with making life-changing decisions with a person that can't make a decision. They can barely pee without wetting up the toilet. And you giving them decisions to pick, like you said, they gender. Insane. Just totally insane. This is stuff that we just let slide by us. Well, not we. This is more people that's willing to let it slide than people that's actually paying attention to go and to help go against it. Shit, I don't know. It is what it is. These people.
Yeah, my phone about to go dead though, man. So I gotta jump off.
Oh shoot, it's about wrap up time because it's about time to grab something to eat.
Yeah, I hate when you get a chance to break the fights down. I like to do that on Tuesday. But everybody lock in. Let's whoop the ass in the Sean Ross this week. We got to get that revenge on them boys. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with OG. Appreciate you for letting me on the panel, OG. And shit,
Without a doubt.
yeah, I'm gonna catch you on the next one.
Without a doubt, without a doubt, without a doubt. I'm gonna go ahead and say thank you for everybody riding through. Give us a thumbs up. Thanks for sliding in, dropping questions, and just riding and enjoying the night. And with that piece being said, I am about to bounce. So I'm out. Holla.